The world of Ortaise. Dragons, vampires, powerful mages, a mystical place filled with heroes and villains. Eons of war, glory, magic, valor, and wait, none of that matters. Somewhere in this world are a few unremarkable individuals. A hobgoblin, a bugbear, and a kobold. Let's see what they're doing today. Welcome to Tablestory ZigZags.
Hello everyone, welcome to Tablestory ZigZags. Oh, it's so weird to look at on the screen.
That is weird.
Yeah, it's really strange being in the GM seat on a Thursday again. Haven't been in the GM seat on a Thursday since Fractured Worlds, copyright TM, John Sandman channel, not this one.
Wait, the John Sandman that bought 23 Teslas?
Yeah, and how do you think he did that? Ripped me off, stole my intellectual property, Fractured World. Didn't, that's a joke. That's a joke. Defamation. Hi everyone, welcome to Tablestory ZigZags. It's me, Brotato, here with the Ragtags crew. Now, some of you are thinking, what is going on? Some of you are thinking, what am I watching right now? And some of you don't think, Peachy. And maybe you should try a little harder. Basically, we were like, how do we combat the curse? What's the curse? Those of you coming in from completely random places are asking. Well, on a Thursday, we play a game called Tablestory's Ragtags. It's a game run by Jay Brotato. I play in it, these guys play in it, but we keep getting hit by a curse. The curse means that sometimes we don't play because something goes wrong. Someone's like water pipes in their house burst, or Jay has to move house, or Zotbot is
Cut the
way
ugly.
too high.
seven.
That's a good one.
7 jokes went through my brain that I wasn't at liberty to share.
Were any of them not sexual?
One.
Nope.
None of
One.
mine were. What the
One
hell's
was.
the matter with me?
We're playing D&D. Of course, we're not.
It's not.
We're
Yeah.
nerds.
Yeah.
So we were like, well, how can we ensure that every week there is a game to play? Because at the end of the day, I know that we run all these shows and we do all this wonderful production quality intro video. You're welcome. I had nothing to do today. But when it gets down to it, we just want to play D&D. And we were like, how do we combat the curse? And I said, what if I just, and I said this as a joke, what if I run an alternate timeline, an AU timeline of Ragtags? And here
3
we
nerds
are.
showed up in the Discord like,
We were like, let's just run.
we're listening.
Let's just run a random show. So here's the skinny though. It's not actually an alternate universe Ragtag show. It's just its own independent thing that I'm gonna run, and it's gonna be completely random. So if you come here on a Thursday and you watch Ragtags, then just stick around. It's us lot, we're hanging out. If you've never seen a show, or you're just coming in at random because it says like episode 1 of a completely different show or whatever, don't worry. This also is technically episode 1 of something. Minimum, this is on for 2 weeks. Maximum, this is on every week forever now. Because Jay just wandered into a black hole and we never see him again.
This could go on for a year.
Who
is what
knows?
he's saying.
Who knows? But when the curse strikes and Jay is out of action, or something goes wrong and we have to run something else on a Thursday, Tablestory ZigZags. So I'm not saying this is going to be on every week or nothing, but I have prepared something that we can just run at random and is pretty easy for me to run, and that is the following. Nothing has been prepared other than characters. These 3 made their characters. They are going to be playing a kobold, a hobgoblin, and a bugbear. The rest of it, normally I've sat for 2 months scribbling away and coming up with some story, world building, setting stuff up. I've done none of that. We're going to set everything up now. I've got a bunch of random tables that set up the climate, the magic, the technology level, unique characteristics of the world, what the creatures are like, the nearest village, a rumor, and a treasure map. And then we're going to start playing the game. And we're just going to see what happens. There's no story. They have to make it. They have to do something. They got to go somewhere. Everything is going to be randomized. And if some story starts to evolve out of it, then great. Well, I'll start DMing the way I DM. But for now, I'm just like, I just showed up with an empty page, and we're going to see how it goes. And we spoke about this a little bit in our podcast, which you can listen to if you listen to any of our podcast things. We do a podcast called Ready to Roll, where me, Whack, Jay, and PB talk about stuff. And we spoke about like the differences between a narrative-driven railroad kind of campaign and a sandbox. And this is kind of very sandboxy. I was really interested in it because I run super railroad campaigns. I'm like, no, this is a story. Please don't deviate from it because it's on the Twitch. And we're just going to see how this goes. This is going to be chaos, or it might not. I don't know. They might just sit around drinking tea. It has been described as Tablestory's equivalent of a deep cable late night sci-fi exclusive show, and that's why there was no hype, there was no prep. It's just
Until
this is
an hour before, and then there was all the hype.
and then it was. That's why I was like, I'll hype it now. I'll send tweets and I'll throw stuff up. But this is what this is. So, let's begin. Let's create the world itself. And this is basically set on a bunch of dice rolls here. So I don't know how we should do this. Maybe we'll just go around and we will, we can set things up. In fact,
Do we roll to see who rolls?
do you want to roll to see who roll? Yeah, everyone roll initiative.
Oh god.
Just roll your initiative to
14.
see. 14, 9, 7. Okay, so it's Tuesday, Zot. Oh god, why are you called Zitbit? And then Peachy. So, world creation begins now.
Oh god.
It's already working, Zot.
I feel like your secondary mission is to try and break my mind, and I'm happy to set that here
every day, but
you get
Wait,
inspiration.
I have to relegate it to secondary now?
I didn't realize it was
Right, it's
slightly
usually on
awkward.
there, so-
It's okay.
So, first roller, roll me a d12, and this is for the climate of the world around you.
Oh my god.
We're
Well,
so
sorry
boring.
guys. Sorry in advance. 11.
11. Okay, now here are your options. Diverse, there's a little bit of different types of climate. Ice Age, hot, dry, verdant, post-apocalyptic wasteland, bipolar, which is a day and night cycle can go from extremely hot to extremely cold. Volcanic, which I really wanted because I just wanted to just be like, you're in a volcano. Go. Lush, stormy, 11, which is what you've rolled, and then 12 was mild. 11 was windy. High velocity winds scour the land. So I'm going to highlight that for myself because that's what you got. It's ridiculously windy in the world of, and Jay renamed my world to Ortaize because I named it one thing. I was like, I'm just going to come up with the name of the world and characters, and then we'll just go from there. And then he recorded me that thing because I wanted him to be here in spirit. And he was like, the world of Ortai. Let's play it again so I can hear it.
Yeah, I don't
Yes,
remember what
please.
it said.
I can't remember.
Are you ready? Here's the.
Or Taise? Or...
I think he said Ortaize. Hang on.
The world of Ortaize. Dragons. Vampires.
What'd he say?
Or
Oh.
Hortiica.
Ortaize?
Crap. I forgot to press
Taise.
play. Damn it.
Okay.
I am not gonna pronounce that. Nope.
How is it spelled? Somebody put it in the chat.
Ortaize. I can't hear it because you'll just get mass reverb. Ortaize.
Taise? Or... Oh my god. Oh my god. they're too young.
Ortaize.
or Tycia.
Don't do it.
Or
All right.
I really want to do it, Brad.
It's super windy. Okay. The world. No one can pronounce the world because it's just too much wind in their face all the time. All right. So it's super windy here in. We just call it the world of the OA. All right. Who's next?
That would be me.
Zip it Zotbot. Can you roll me a D8? This is for the magic in the world.
Ooh, I'm hoping for something fun. 1d8.
A 3. So 1 is non-existent. 2 is
Whoa.
extremely rare. 3 is rare, and that's what you've got. There is usually only 1 or 2 people in a region that practice the magical arts. And we've got 2 magic casters in the game.
Oh,
in the
boy.
group. So you guys are going to be rare. Like when you're casting magic, people are going to be like, whoa, what the fuck? That fucking little...
I'm hanging out with a couple unicorns.
That little
making a call.
copyright character from another thing can cast
I'm
magic.
sorry.
That's awesome.
Brad, what thing is it from?
Can't say. Or Taize. The 4 was uncommon, 5 was common, 6 was extremely common, 7 was powering everything. Magic is so inundated in every contraption it seems futuristic, and 8 was wild. The results are never predictable. So you got rare. It's pretty rare to find magic. And then Peachy, roll me a D6. This is for technology. 4. So you had primitive, which is pulley systems. Technology comes from relics of the past, which was 2. Basic, there's no electricity or steam. 4 was steam powered. So you're in steam power. You're in Dust Valley again, Tuesday.
Oh, shit.
5
We got
was
trains,
slightly
boys.
advanced.
We're not going to be able to hear anything with the wind and the steam. It's just...
5 is more Dust Valley because 5 has gunpowder and stuff, and 6 was advanced. You had electricity and stuff, and I was like, I don't know
Oh
what
my
happens if
God.
that happens. All right, back round to you, Tuesday. Roll me a D20, and this is for a unique characteristic of the world.
Okay. Got a 3.
3. The sun rarely sets.
What? It's always windy and it's like never dark. I'm a bugbear.
Yep. It's not over yet though, because you're all gonna roll one for this. Zotbot, roll me a unique characteristic as well.
Oh god.
D20.
Rolling a d20. 12.
12 is that there's a civilization that lives on the moon. What?
Oh, we're going to the moon, boys!
Oh, we're going to the moon.
It's
Oh my god.
a powered society that lives on the moon.
The
and
sun
it's like never dark.
rarely sets. It's super windy. Do you want to be on the moon?
Yes, yes, why are you asking? Yes.
And the last one, Peachy, roll me a d20. There's one in here that's just fucking horrendous. Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh. How old are you guys? How old are your characters?
35.
Oh shit.
10.
Okay.
10.
I don't know, like, oh no, 47?
Okay, because 20 is that no one lives after attaining adulthood, so 2 of you just died.
Did I just... That is literally the worst roll I have ever done.
Adulthood at 6. How the hell am I?
I'm an adult.
TPK on just a fucking roll. Are you kidding me?
Rip. Sheila never even spoke.
Oh
But
god.
I'll be
You get some
4
death
years
saves on that?
Wow.
old. Yeah. It's-
Holy
Sheila never
shit.
even said
Did
words.
you hear it? Did you wait? Oh, there it is. Okay.
Damn. Holy shit.
That was a fun campaign, guys.
That was really fun. Thank you
honestly,
so
just
much
saying.
for watching, everybody. No, you guys are still alive, but no one else is an adult.
Wow.
That's how we're doing this. No one else is an
Wow.
adult.
The adults in the world. On a wait.
How old? Wait, when did kobolds reach adulthood?
6.
Oh, so you're all adults. Okay. Yeah. All right. So the 3 unique characteristics are that the sun rarely sets. It's always sunny. There is a civilization that lives on the moon. It's up to you guys if you want to be in that civilization. Maybe we should roll for that. And 20. No one lives after attaining adulthood, which is insane. All right. Who's next then? So Tuesday again. This is for how elves are in the world. Roll me a d10.
Oh boy. How we're the only adults in the world. I rolled a 9.
You're the only adults on the moon.
Oh shit!
I don't know how this works, but elves are the world's best sailors. So there are no elves here, basically. There's like, here are the options, right? Elves are racist, cannibals, lords of the world, a legend, hippies, friendly nomads, in hiding, world's best sailors, born
I
from
wanted
trees.
hippie elves.
The hippie elves would have
I
been.
didn't know it until I heard it. but I
They're the
wanted
world's
hippie-
best sailors, guys. That's it.
Wait, if we're on like some steampunk like moon in space, are the ships they sail the spaceships?
Are they
Oh,
airships?
They
or
they
steamship?
absolutely have like steam-powered airships,
Okay.
right? Or not? What do
Yeah.
you think?
No, I mean I think
yeah,
they're
like-
elves. I think they have steam powered.
The elves live in these like communities that are on steam-powered airships.
And
They're
then
just.
Oh my god, they're the Elder.
Are they? What's that?
Oh, it's 40k. Sorry, my 40k.
They're the
came out.
Eldar, but remember, they're all children. All right.
Oh, that's really bad. You don't know what the Eldar do.
Who gets to roll for dwarves? Zoppa, roll me a d4 this time.
Oh, these poor little dwarves. Oh no. Oh no.
Adults.
Please be a 4. Please be a 4. Please be a 4.
That's a
Fuck.
3.
Dwarves come from another world, so they're aliens.
Oh my god.
Dwarves are aliens.
It's a sci-fi show. What
It's a sci-fi show. Dwarves are aliens. Hashtag dwarves are aliens. Here's the reason I wanted 4. Number 1 was have just discovered combustion engines. 2 was that the dwarves built the world, so they would have built a world on the moon. 3 was that they come from another world. 4 was that dwarves grow up to be dragons, which means when they, or they don't die, right? They just turn into dragons when they hit adulthood or whatever, which would have been fucking crazy. And then Peachy, you get to roll for humans, 1d6. 6.
Humans are dead.
Are you ready for this? Okay, so I'm going to read through them. Number 1, they live nasty, short, and brutish lives. 2 are a myth. 3 get along with everybody. 4 can't use magic. 5 are the only race that tames horses and dogs. Or 6, which is what you've got, are breeding like rabbits and need to be dealt with.
The children are breeding like rabbits.
How the fuck? Wait, hang on. They are now, because we need to reword that or we're gonna get shut down. They are cloning.
They are cloning.
Cloning.
Like rabbits.
Clones.
They are cloning like rabbits.
So we need
Yes.
to purge humans.
It says, and they need to be dealt with. All right. So, what is it called? Ortasia is the moon. Yeah. Are we gonna go with the? Are we on the moon, or you want to be on the ground? Because
It's
at the moment, this is very like Final Fantasy 13, where they had the big planet down there and then the one in the sky, and I feel like, you know, that's.
Moon with an atmosphere, right?
Oh yeah.
We've Star Trek Genesis the moon.
Yeah, I mean,
The colonized.
either
moon.
by magic or by steam. I don't know how you would have done it with steam, so I guess we did it with magic. You want to roll for it?
I mean, kids are pretty capable of doing
Yeah,
anything.
roll for it. 1d2, do it.
I will roll for it. 1d2.
I'm-
1
Yeah.
is steam, because that means that the moon is going to be really dangerous to live on. And 2 is magic. You just have an atmosphere. 2, magic. Magic atmosphere. So Ortasia is the moon. Magic atmosphere. So someone made a fucking
Are
atmosphere.
we on the moon because the planet is infested with humans?
I feel like I'm
Just
not.
started lore.
I feel
We
like
just
yeah. I
moved
feel like
out.
I'm not going to tell you shit about Earth. and
or
like
that planet down
we-
there.
and like if you go down there, we go back to this thing and re-roll everything.
Reroll everything.
And people, I reckon it's fucking impossible to get back and forth, right? Okay, so let's do the
There are
next
airships.
thing.
Without the elves.
You're going to create the city that you're from or the nearest city to you, because I don't know, because you're monsters, I don't know if you want to be nomadic. So we're just going to make the next nearest city. And I feel like chat should name the town. So just start coming up with names, and PB is going to pick the winner because she's in chat, and I can see that she's in chat. So whose role is it now?
That would be I think it's Tuesdays.
Okay.
Nearest town, and okay, so
Canada's one of the options.
Canada, Ortese, yeah, there. Let's see here. So the roll me a D10, whoever it was. You, Peachy? No, Tuesday.
Tuesday.
9. So this is a well-traveled crossroads town. So you're from like a well-traveled crossroads town. I don't know how you would have done a river town here. So I'm glad you didn't roll that one. This is for resources. Zotbot, roll me a D20.
God.
The city is near a region ideal for mining, growing, or grazing.
19.
Cows.
Why?
Moon cows?
Why did
Moon
that-
cows.
Moon cows. Unbelievable.
Moon cows. Moon cows for dairy, it says. Well, it says moon cows for dairy because I added the word moon. All right, culture. The city is known for its. Roll me a D20, Peachy. 1. Architectural style. What?
That makes sense. You know, you've probably got some weird architecture on the moon.
PB named us. We're Zafaria.
Oh my god, moon.
Zephyria wins because Zephyr means wind. Okay, so this is the
Job.
crossroads town of Zephyria on the moon, which is called Ortese. It's called the moon, isn't it? We're probably gonna.
It's just the moon.
I'm gonna re-edit. I'll re-edit the intro for next week, where it's Jay saying the world of, and then I'll cut in and say the moon.
The moon.
Do a deadpan as well. The moon.
The moon.
The moon.
So what was it called? Hang on. Zephyria. Zephyria. The world of Zephyria. Apparently, I have deleted all of the stuff that we've just done. No, I haven't. It's just not here.
Yeah, Zephyr is
It's deleted. Yeah.
Yeah. We've destroyed everything. All right.
No, the
Paste.
cows and humans did that.
Yes, they did.
Cows and humans. So it is ideal for moon
Children
cows.
everywhere.
It is famous for its architectural style. Why?
Well, it's windy, so it can't be pointy. It must be smooth and rounded. It's
Everything
rounded
is all
architecture.
Because everything was
is
shipped
smooth and
flat pack from Earth when the humans just completely like cockroached the planet.
so it's just all IKEA flat pack.
It's flat pack.
That's all IKEA products.
And made by cloned children.
IKEA flat packed, rounded, smooth architectural style.
There are probably a lot of windmills. Yeah, correct.
Yeah, it's probably.
No,
it's
it's
probably-
Well, no,
steam
because you can't take
powered.
much into space, right? Because every pound counts or whatever, every kilo counts. So flat pack, everything's got to be like.
They didn't know it was going to be windy either, right? So they
Until the magic took them.
IKEA flat pack, everything is smooth and rounded architectural style, and it's famous for that. Who's next? Tuesday. Roll me a D10 for the government. The city is ruled by
Oh.
Boy. Cloned human children. 10.
cloned human children. It is ruled by the leaders of a religious order.
Oh, shit.
Ooh.
And
High Septon.
High Septon. Who is this? What do you reckon? Cows. IKEA flat pack rounded crossroads town.
What's Pony Punch's name?
His real name, Skrudana
Is
Mogrudana.
it Joel?
No, it's Schmudana Grumudana.
That's it. That's it. That's who it is.
Schmorgrudana.
Schmogrudna.
I think that means.
Schmogrudna.
I think that means tiny frog, doesn't it?
This is a tiny frog organization.
Child leaders, child religious. What would be a child religion in a cow-based moon society town?
Oh my god.
It's a tough
Where
one.
the sun doesn't set.
The sun doesn't set. The order of the moon. The order of the...
Moon.
No, but
Oh my
the order of the moon.
That's not me. I stole that from chat a minute ago.
god. We're on a moon.
Chat, well done. The order of the moon.
The order of the sun cow.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah? The order of
Yeah,
the sun
better than
cow.
solar bovine.
And that was from Cyrus Aragonus. There you go. All right. The order of the sun cow run this place.
Oh, did we work out the monastery?
I can't.
I know.
This
Who's
is an
next
utter
to roll?
disaster.
Oh my god. Who's
Oh, no.
next on the rolls?
Me.
You.
What do you
Right.
need?
Roll me a d20 for a historical event. This city experienced something.
13.
A 13 is a bloody rebellion.
God.
Yeah.
Who rebelled against the child clone religious cult leaders?
Someone, yeah, the Order of the
Someone
Sun
did.
Cow, or who were the rebels? The Order of the Sun Cow, or did someone?
Oh right, did the rebels win, or maybe you should roll a 1 or 2 for that.
Oh wait, so it's always day because we're tidally locked to the Earth, right? So is
We're-
it the dark side of the moon?
Well, it's probably not the Earth. It's probably a planet, right? We're a moon off of a planet.
Yeah.
Yeah, the planet Earth.
Planet Earth. You're just gonna land on Earth one day, and you're just gonna land in like actual Canada. And just be like, oh, hey Jay.
Toronto. 2019 Toronto.
They should call them calves since they're all children. The Order.
She's good, isn't she?
I know, she should run this. The Order of the Sun
good.
Cow experienced a bloody civil war against the Calves. They're just called the Calves. And which are a group of what? Atheists?
Wind and sun hating atheists.
Flat mooners.
Flat
Vegetarians.
mooners.
The flat mooners.
The Order of the Sun Cow won. Cow won, but it was horrendous. It was just an awful war. And remember, every single thing in this is a child.
God.
Okay. A D12 from Peachy, and this is threats. The people of the city are fearful of 8. The wrath of a vengeful god. There you go. Nice and easy. This is all making
Makes
sense. And that is the Sun Cow. A
Oh
powerful,
yeah, this is all making a whole lot of
a
sense.
powerful cow deity who will, you know, kill everyone if they don't do what they want them to do. Easy. The Butcher God. D10 next. Who's that? Tuesday. And this is for defenses. The city is defended by
The city is defended by 10.
a powerful magic ward or a gigantic golem. So roll me a D2, and that's one or the other.
Shit.
One being the ward.
Wow. 1.
A powerful magical Captain Ward Buckler. A powerful magical ward. It is defended by a powerful magical ward. That, I don't know. Yeah, there you go. It's defended by it. I guess when hostile shit starts to come into the city, it just fucks them up. It kills them. What about if it burns them in like a, you know, like a sunbeam, but also there's just a really loud moo.
Death by moo.
Maybe they developed it to win that rebellion.
Like a totally a cow-based society we live in.
This city is, yeah. You go to the next town over and it'll be just like normal, probably. This is going to be the most chaotic. A powerful magical ward that is controlled by the Order and was developed to win the rebellion. To win the uprising, right? They just created this thing and it just fucking wiped out all these children. A D12 from Zot, and this is for law enforcement. There's so many more in this one than I expected.
Brad, I have a question. Do Patreon supporters get to make NPCs?
No. I mean, they might. If you see your... I guess some ragtags ones might be able to be put in this. Yeah, but no.
I rolled an 8.
Because we can't guarantee this will ever be back on ever again.
God, it better be.
And
With all this
8,
work, I need it.
it is enforced by a company of mercenaries. There is no law. There's a company of mercenaries. And what are they called?
The cow.
Oh, what about the butchers? Somebody said butchers in chat.
Say the cowpokes.
The cowps.
The butchers. And they're paid off by the order to keep peace. Yeah? Mate, this is a fucking rough city you guys live near.
There's just a bunch of pissed off kids everywhere just trying to kill
my
everyone.
God,
What
yeah.
the hell?
It's horrendous. D20 from whoever's next. And that is a power players within or outside of the government. 11, there is an outspoken philosopher or scholar. And that person is called. Go chat. And that guy, I guess, was the leader of the calves.
T-Bone. I'm all in on this cow business.
I hate you so much. The fact that you are way too quick with these. This is fucking scripted. I'm calling it right now.
T-Bone was the leader of the calves. He's now in hiding. Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
But he's a power player in the city. Who's next? Fuck me, there is loads of this, isn't there? This has just become a city campaign because we've got so much lore on
I'm
it.
here for it.
A D10 from whoever's next Tuesday. And this is for geography.
3.
Oh, wait. No. We're done. I've got it doubled up by accident somehow. So that's the end of that, but it's not over yet.
No one's ever gone.
No one's ever gone. We have the next thing. And this is a strange location that you guys know about. So you guys, I don't know, you guys are monsters. So like, this is like a typical, I know we're on the moon and it's kind of crazy, but that is like a typical fantasy village kind of thing that you're near. And you guys are creatures that probably won't be able to live there.
Because we're the only adults
Yeah.
and we're monsters.
Well, you're monsters in the same way that like
yeah,
there are like adventurers that are your typical like, you know, your Taldro, Kale, Kesh, and Megan, and they're cotching up in the tavern in the town. And when they go out of the town and they see you three, they attack you immediately, just instantly. There's like barely any questioning it. You know, that's what's happening straight away.
Those are monsters.
You are monsters. So even though you probably can get in and out of the town, and probably do, because you need food and milk. You always need milk.
Always need milk.
It's important that you get milk. There is other stuff going on around the town. So this is for strange locations. So Zot, roll me a D10.
Oh, lovely. I think he's going to be a 5.
5. An old man walking around town speaks of a. Roll me a D20, Peachy. Uh, 20. Damp. Roll me a D100. Tuesday.
32.
Speaks of a damp. 32. Tower. I've got a damp tower.
It's so windy and sunny. Why would it be damp?
And then a D20 Zot.
It's going to be a 5.
Covered in etchings of dark teachings. God, hang on. So, an old man walking around town. There's an old man in town.
An actual adult.
Oh, I just, ooh. Wait, is he like 10 or something like that?
Yeah, he's totally 15. He's 15.
Oh, man.
When is adulthood?
man.
Like 20? He's like 19.
Like 36.
He's dying next year.
Yeah. Time is
Oh my
limited.
god, they're old wizened fucking mentors and stuff are all just like.
What do we do? A descriptor. So I need another D20. Whoever's next.
That would be PG. Oh, close enough.
Oh,
Ah, you're fine.
Peachy, you want to roll?
No, it's fine. You roll. I'll roll the next one.
Gotcha.
You fucked it up. You fucked up the order.
Did.
We're now already in an alternate timeline.
Great.
And you rolled a 20. So this says the tower location is unknown. Great.
Quest.
This is the quest, yeah. You got 2 quests that you're starting the game with. Wait, hang on. Roll me a D10, whoever's doing the next one, to reset the timeline. Peachy. 1.
I'm either like crit fail or crit success. What the shit?
It's definitely a myth, and you shouldn't worry.
Okay.
Is I guess what he said.
Damn tower.
And then roll me a D6. Zot? No.
Mhm.
Yeah. 1.
1.
I don't know what this is. This is a person. Oh, roll another D6.
6.
6. A traveling merchant, and then a final D20
Oh, from me or?
from whoever's
Okay.
next. There we go.
3.
Okay. This is the beginning. A traveling merchant is going to approach you and tell you this. I see now. So
It all becomes clear.
it all becomes clear now. And then, so I need to take that and that. I'm just going to delete this whole thing here because it's going to confuse me later on when I come back to this and go, what the fuck is that gigantic table? All right, the last thing. Roll a D3. In fact, I'm going to roll a D3. Tuesday, Zot, Peachy. Zot, you own a treasure map. Roll me a D20.
$14.
14. You have to find the old standing circle, and I guess this will make sense in a minute. Treasure map. Find the old standing circle. Who's next? D8.
Old standing circle.
8. Go southwest for 1 to 4 miles. In fact, roll a D4.
2.
2 miles. And then you might as well roll another one. Tuesday, roll a D20.
Okay. 14.
Until you find the beach with strewn black seashells. And
With what black seashells?
strewn.
Oh, strewn with black seashells.
Yeah. Until you find, because it's all written weirdly, until you find a beach strewn with black seashells. I don't know what that means either, and you'll only find out if you go there. Then go roll me a D8.
Is it Or it's Zot?
Zot.
Oh, me. E8. 6.
Then you go northwest. Roll me another D4. Anyone?
Peachy.
For 4 miles. And then Peachy, roll me a
Something wrong.
D20. You're using up all of your crits, which is lovely. And then you must find the mossy limestone cliffs
On the moon.
on the moon.
Oh my god, the beach
Dry ass moss. Always in the sun and wind.
Tuesday, roll me a D8 and a D4.
Okay, here's the D8, and that's a 1. And then the D4.
Bada bing, bada
There's a
boom.
1. It's 2 1s.
Then you go north for 1 mile. And then Zotbot, roll me a D20.
This is the easiest quest. It's just giving us our directions.
This is what it says on the map.
Oh shit! I gotta take these down. Oh god.
I've got it. I'll copy it to you later on.
Hey, fuck.
Go north for 1. That's why I'm like, and then that's why I'm doing, because I'm copying and pasting. Buried at the foot of a cliff. I guess that's the treasure. And oh wait, no, roll me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Roll me a D10.
That'd be peachy.
Mm-hmm.
1.
Nope. No, he rolled a 1.
I rolled a D1. My bad.
Yeah.
Huh? Oh.
He rolled a D1 there.
1, 2,
6.
3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and that is what it's protected by, and I'm not going to tell you. So, treasure map says this. Find the old standing circle. Go southwest for 2 miles until you find a beach strewn with black seashells. Go northwest for 4 miles. The mossy limestone cliffs. Go to the mossy limestone cliffs. Go north for 1 mile. Buried at the foot of a cliff, you will find the treasure. And I guess that is that. So
Becoming more
When do we
nervous.
change the moon duck emote for a moon cow?
we're gonna have to change it right now. We're gonna stop everything until it's done.
Stop! Everyone stop!
So I think I need y'all to roll me one more thing. I think we need to work out just a little more specifically what the wilderness is like around you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Roll me a D9. Whoever's next.
Miss
3.
Cootie. There it is.
That is a 1, a 2, and a 3. Frozen.
Frozen where?
Everywhere.
Why are we always cold? Every
Windy.
campaign.
Water on the moon, though.
Yeah, it's magic though, isn't it? That's why.
No, we're looking
that's
for
how
the
this
beach.
works.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoever's next.
4. That's a 3.
Oh, wait, hang on.
I lied.
At least I have fur.
It's a massive rack.
Is that this?
Sorry, private inside joke. Bye.
Yeah, because that's probably.
Okay.
Oh, it's super private.
It's not a reroll. Do me a D6. Sorry.
Sure.
So this is
That's a
the
2.
this is the world around you.
Look,
Look around you. Look around you.
what do we see, Brian?
Birds. What are birds?
Birds on the. Birds
We
on the
just don't know. What did you roll? A 2.
2.
You start in a large round tent.
We're in a
What's
yurt.
the round stuff?
We're in a yurt and it's windy and frozen and sunny.
Yeah, give me a D6. Give me a D6, Peachy.
D6.
I have no idea if this is fun to watch, by the way, people watching. Again,
fun.
we're really just
I know,
fucking
I'm
around.
having fun. I'm just really nervous about starting because I'm like, this world's all fucking ass back.
You're in a wide valley flanked by mountains. Give me another D6. Whoever's next, who's next? Sheila.
2.
It's super mossy and licheny. Is it lichen? Is that what that is pronounced like?
Pronounced lichen.
It's super mossy and licheny, windy, frozen.
And it's frozen.
Give me a D6 Zot.
Alright. That's a 3.
Very nearby, there is a stone bluff. Not sure what that means. What is a bluff?
It's not like kind of like the.
Like a.
It's like a
shelf. I think it's like
Yeah, think of.
Are you guys bluffing
Lion King.
what a stone bluff is?
it's like a stone shelf.
Yeah, just think of a Lion King. You know, like kind of the protruding.
The Pride Rock?
I guess.
Yeah.
Pride Rock.
All right, you're on that then.
Okay.
What?
You're on the top of Pride Rock. On
In
the
a
moon.
valley.
In a
that's
valley on the
frozen,
moon.
That's covered in moss.
Full of cows.
Full of cows.
Full of cows. Another D6 from whoever's next.
3.
3 is this one, and that's mine. Thank you. Another D6, Sheila.
Got you a 5.
Fuck me, I don't even know what that is. All right. Guess we'll see how that works out in a minute. And that's for me as well. And then another D6.
3.
3. And that's for me in a minute as well, when we actually begin. Another D6, please, Carol. 2. Oh dear. You're all going to die. And a D6.
I nearly killed us with one roll. It's fine.
A D6 is next. Fucking hell, man. And then the last one, another D6.
4.
Okay. All right. So that is what it is. You just created your random encounter table. In the area is.
Oh boy.
I don't like his
Alright.
reaction.
No.
They're-
Let's see here. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Oh my god. So you're in a frozen landscape filled with valleys on the moon.
That's windy and never dark.
That's super windy and always sunny.
And overrun with human children.
It's always sunny on the moon, but they do have they have created like a magical atmosphere.
Wait, does the methane from the cows run all the steampunk technology?
It does now, Peachy. It does now.
The moon is run by cows.
Can we just do this every week?
A new world every time, same characters.
Nearby is the city of Zepharia. Is that right?
Mhm.
That's correct.
And you can probably see it right from this area where you are, but you're not in it. But I'd imagine you know it well enough somehow. You whatever for whatever reason. Zipbit has a treasure map. And you know what? Yesterday, fuck it, it's gonna be easier if this happened. Yesterday, an old man, which was a 19-year-old human merchant boy,
Old man boy.
told you. So a traveling old man, 19, merchant, asked you to explore. He probably didn't ask you, just like told you. Told you to go and explore a damp tower covered in etchings of dark teachings. The location was unknown. And then he suddenly changed his mind. It was definitely just a myth and you shouldn't worry, he said. And he ran away.
And the map is separate. This is just something that Zipbit has.
Completely separate. He found that like
Gotcha.
3 weeks ago.
Okay.
So a traveling old man who was 19 told you to go and explore a damp tower covered in etchings of dark teachings. The location, he said, was unknown because he suddenly changed his mind and said, actually, it's definitely just a myth and you shouldn't worry, and he ran away. And that man's name was Jay. Jay, 19. So this is another thing that you can add. So this person was just passing by. a traveling old man who was called Jay, was a merchant, sold you a couple of rations or something, and then was like, oh, you know, there's this damp tower covered in etchings of dark teachings. Actually, it's just a myth, actually, don't worry about it. Where is it? Don't know, bye. And then he ran away. So those are your 2 things that you have. You have all the things that are in your backpacks, and you have the treasure map. We're on Ortiz the moon, and you can always see this massive planet that looks like Earth, right? Probably. We might retcon that one day.
It's actually Earth itself.
It just looks like Earth to us from where you are on the moon, but you don't know what it is. You've never been there. People probably, they reckon we came from there. That's where we came from, guys. But no one knows, because all the adults fucking died, and then it's just children everywhere. Everyone is just young.
Dwarfs.
When they say that when people first came here, it was all technology. The magic is super rare. The sun obviously never sets. Everyone dies when they become adulthood. Sometimes you'll see elves and they float around in like steampunk airships, and they're probably quite large but not ginormous. Dwarves arrived in their own spaceships once. some dwarven like spaceship, like a Battlestar, landed.
And dwarf children ran out.
And then the dwarves were introduced, but they didn't come from that planet below. Humans.
Are the dwarves here? Do they grow past adulthood, or do they
No,
die?
they also die.
With the magic that.
This all happened fucking thousands of years ago as well. Like, no one knows everything really. Who knows? We'll work it out as we play. The humans clone themselves, and they have access to like cloning technology that seems to only work for them, and they won't stop. There's so many of them, and it's becoming an issue, and they need to be dealt with, and that's pretty much what everyone thinks, even some of the humans. The town Zepharia is near you. There's cows, loads of cows there. It's pretty much where all of the moon's dairy comes from, probably. Depending on how many cities there are on the moon, I don't know. It's got all this weird, rounded, smooth, like, moon architecture that they say was brought flat-packed from Earth when people came up here.
And
God
there's
knows when.
abundance of Allen keys lying around from where it was.
Just endless amounts of Allen keys. And all of the things have, like, weird names on them. You know? Calyx.
My new game. Naming the shit.
The leaders of this city nearby, Zepharia, are the Order of the Sun Cow, and they're like a religious order that believe that one day a giant, powerful cow deity is going to kill everyone if they don't do, if people in the city don't do exactly what the Order of the Sun Cow want. There was an uprising at one point. A company, no, what were they? Yeah, company of philosophers, the Calves, led by T-Bone, tried to kill everyone in the Order of the Sun Cow and overtake, but they created this fucking sunbeam ion cannon thing that wiped them the fuck out. They say T-Bone is still alive and preparing his second attack. And then there were 3 other creatures. The rest of the moon is, you know, it's like a frozen landscape, or at least as far as you've traveled around it. Maybe further out there's other stuff, but you guys are like little monsters living off the ground, so you don't have access to this kind. You like, when like some random merchant runs past and you're like, tell us something, and he's like, there's a tower somewhere. You're like, oh, that's awesome. That's it. You've not been brought, you haven't been educated, you haven't been brought up properly. You're just monsters that lived in caves and kobold community, and then a bugbear community with goblins and hobgoblins. And then eventually, for some reason, the three of you just started hanging out, and you got yourselves a big round tent that's really heavy, and you just knock about outside this town, and I feel like probably that's really all you've ever done.
Is the tent comically large? It's the only one we could get.
Oh, it's so big. It,
Like a fucking circus tent or something.
it takes
Like
you
if we want
fucking.
to talk to each other in there, it's like
It takes you like an hour to set up and put down. And it's horrendous for traveling.
really good against the wind. So.
But it actually helps against the insane wind that never stops. I feel like you probably all got like big fluffy coats and shit. The tent is currently set up on Pride Rock in the middle of a valley covered in moss and lichen on the moon. And when we come back from an early break, we're actually going to play these characters and see what's going on.
Oh no.
Welcome to Tablestory ZigZags. The world has been created, the playground has been made, the sandbox exists, and we're gonna drop like Roller Coaster Tycoon style 3 characters in and see what the fuck they do. And again, this is definitely on this week and next week. And if the curse ever strikes Thursdays again, and we're in a position where we can just run this, we'll run this instead of Ragtag. So we might flip back and forth. I don't know. It's a complete shit show if we can get some shit shows in the chat. And
Support Patreon for a second season.
season 2 will need to be confirmed on Patreon. If we get enough Patreons, we'll set a what do they call the long-term goal for season 2?
Stretch goal.
A stretch goal for season 2, but it's so ambiguous that we can get away with never doing it. So go to it doesn't mean anything. This is season 1, episode 1 of Tablestory ZigZags. Thanks for hanging out with us. I know it's weird. I know it's like completely random, but here we are. We'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, let's continue playing. Well, in fact, start.
Let's continue.
Here we are.
Let's start playing the game. ZigZags. All right, so the three of you are now on the moon. I'm gonna give you some stuff on a map. This is the valley, right, that you guys are on, I guess. And you are on top of Pride Rock in a tent. And it's a big fucking tent, but let's not go too crazy.
I mean, it's very big.
I'm gonna give you a tent here. And then I'll give you your character thingies in a bit.
Look at that tent.
But at the top of Pride
Can
Rock.
we get just like a rough, like, are we talking like this is 30 feet in diameter?
Well, what is it? It's probably not. Let's see what it is. It's 10 feet by 10 feet.
Okay.
That's actually pretty still good.
It's like a big tent, but it's not wildly big because that's what it is on the map.
It has high ceilings.
It's high. It's really tall. The three of you are here. Now, we haven't really seen your characters. Obviously, on the overlay, it says what you are, but I think we should go around and introduce each of these characters. Let's start with Sheila.
Until yesterday or day before, I did not know what a bugbear was, but think of a 6 foot tall, in my case, they can be 6 to 8 feet, 6 foot tall, 250-pound muscular bear cat. I'm kind of stealthy and I'm furry everywhere, but also have hair on my head. I'm 35 years old, or Sheila is 35 years old, and has like pale gray skin that you can sort of see through some of the parts of her dark gray fur, dark gray hair, and black eyes. Typically clutching a bear skull and wielding a halberd, very large halberd.
Nice lad. So just a ginormous beast.
Bear cat.
Bear
creature.
cat beast thing. Super hairy.
Stealthy as fuck. Very furry.
Sitting on one side of the tent, gnawing on like a fucking giant bone or something. I don't know.
I'm actually drinking ale, probably out of the bear skull, out of the bulb part of the bear skull.
Drinking ale out of the bear skull. Okay, that's not terrifying. Bear cat creature drinking pure blood out of a bear skull. Come on.
Fermented blood.
Sat on another side is Jan Michael Vincent. What are you? What the hell are you? What are you?
I am a hobgoblin. Where am I? 5'7", 160 pounds. Bright orange with jet black hair. And this like really over the top, overly dramatic cape that constantly billows. And now we know why, Brad.
Because it's always windy.
It's always windy. Black chainmail, and constantly under my arm there is a watermelon.
Oh.
Called Airwolf.
Called Airwolf. All right. Sure.
Even in this campaign, I still want to hit Peachy so bad. I just want
help
to
himself.
No, you can't. We're on the moon. All right.
And then
I hate you so much.
the last one is Zitbit. And what do we see when the camera pans to the last section of the room?
So you got a cobalt, all nice and tan, like tan fur, everything like that. Lighter hair, but covered from head to toe in wax. Just think of just chunks of wax everywhere. You barely see fur, but the face is clear. Got whiskers and all that fun stuff, but has obviously candle on the head, not lit. It is not lit.
It is not lit.
Not lit. It's just not lit. But underneath the wax, you can kind of see like leather armor. He's got a shield. Just very concerning just to see a half solid kobold covered in wax.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I am spam making your, what are they called? Tokens. And then I'll drag them into the thing. So the three of you are in a tent, probably working out what to do next, I guess. You know, you're here. I don't know where you came from. Probably wandering around. But you did find that treasure map that's sitting like clutched under the kobold's arm. And there was this weird thing about some sort of fucking tower or whatever that that guy Jay was talking about, whoever that is. What do you guys?
Of tower, I tower over Zipbit, and I come over with my bear skull, and it's kind of sloshing a little bit. It looks like Sheila might be a wee bit into her cups, and she comes over and says, "The map."
What's about the map?
Sheila, see map. See map.
Yes, where is the map?
Me see. Sheila, see map.
What do you want with map? What
do you want with treasure?
We should at least see the map.
You've seen the map before. It's been perfectly fine in my
Use,
head.
use map.
You haven't lost the map, have you?
Oh, it's lifts his arm a little bit. It's kind of like tucked under, like in the shield, like kind of cusp. It's
Sheila, now.
Use map. Sheila,
Takes
use
up-
map.
Takes the map and just using it. Use it, and
Use
just
now.
kind of opens it up a little bit, just a wee bit.
I
You want
crane
something?
my head like awkwardly around so that I can stare at the front of the map. You probably can't see it anymore. My head's in the way.
I'm like 10 foot away. I can't see what's.
It's in front
And
of the
I'm-
camera.
I'm poking.
Yeah,
I'm poking
Really-
spots.
a 3-foot kobold, and you have these two towering creatures like bending over to look at this.
Here, this one.
I'm pointing at one of the spots on the map because it looks interesting to me.
Yeah.
What are you directing?
Treasure.
I
Treasure
don't-
here.
No, I don't think that. I think that's tree.
Sheila want treasure.
Zipbit, can you read the map?
Pushes Sheila's head out of the way.
It's probably not an easy thing to do, actually.
Just shoving my
Probably
hand
just
up
my
at your
hair
face.
moves a little
Just
bit.
trying to shove my face a little closer.
See, treasure. Get treasure. Get
I-
treasure. Get more ale. Treasure, ale.
Yes. Well, what is that thing there?
I forgot what the starting point was, Brad.
Find the old standing circle.
It's just a circle.
Which you did.
Circle treasure.
Which I think maybe you did that. Because maybe that's where you are.
Oh.
Right?
Okay.
Circle.
Yeah.
This is right outside.
I'll see if I can
Oh.
find you a circle. Yeah, it's just at the bottom of this this thing, this rock that you're on, I guess. The standing circle.
Now, are you saying we already investigated it, or that we've arrived here and
I
can
think
investigate
you've
it?
arrived here today and set up the tent, because the
Okay.
first thing you always do is set up a tent. You
Because
know?
it takes us like a week.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially with my super low intelligence, I'm probably help with lifting, but I never remember where the pieces go.
Yeah, 100%.
And being half
I do
wasted.
get this wrong every time. It's A to B and then C to
Oh,
B.
God.
Hey, be here, take this.
Oh,
Drink,
is that
Drink.
blood?
drink.
He's like terrifying.
Ah. Good.
We're really going to need to get some more milk very soon.
The standing circle is just there. That's it.
It stands.
It's a stand. It's
Is
a
it
circle.
below the is it on the ground?
Is
Yeah.
it slightly on an angle?
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what a standing circle is. What it is a. You saw it yesterday as you walked past it and looked at it a little bit. It's
Stonehenge is a standing circle.
yeah. Well,
Oh,
this,
I see where you put it.
but
Yeah,
this one
that's
is
intuitive
definitely-
enough. It looks like it slopes down. To
This
it.
is like a set of steps in a circle that go up in a big circle, and it's a set of steps that you stand on in a circle, and that's why it's a standing circle. You know,
That makes complete sense.
right?
I don't
Thank
know.
you.
But go on.
This is where we are, you see. Mm-hmm.
I take the skull back and I finish off the ale.
Go, treasure.
Well, which way is north?
Go, treasure. Circle. Circle.
We need to go southwest.
Yes, but which way is north?
Sheila, no. Circle.
Without all the pieces of the puzzles, it cannot be complete.
Give me a survival
Uh,
check each.
No.
This rolls, here it comes.
Oh god. That is
A 20. An 8 from Jan.
That's Jan Michael Vincent.
Jan Michael Vincent. And an 11 from Sheila. Zipbit. North is like on the map. It's where north is on the map. Basically, you are 100% sure. Now, you guys don't like. You can't really use the sun the same way, or can you? I don't know. I guess you can. Kinda. No. Can you?
rises.
Does the sun move? Is it
Rises the-
constantly in
I
daylight?
think it said
It's
the
the
sun
same.
rarely sets. So is
It
our
rarely sets, so
It
it's
doesn't
like you're
set.
on.
So you're always on the same side as it. That's probably why. You're on the
It's like-
hour moon.
Oh, we're inversely tidally locked.
But if it said rarely, then can we assume that a day is like a year long, essentially?
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna change it to the sun never sets.
Okay.
The
We are
sun
not
never
using the
sets.
sun, boys.
Just a beacon.
Enjoy
Maybe
that
we can
dark
use
vision.
the wind if it's Zafaria. I think Zephyr is west wind, so if the wind is always coming from the west, we just go out and
The
stick our
wind is
finger-
always coming from the west.
Genius.
The wind is always coming from the west,
Science,
and
boys.
Zipbit is very aware of that, and he's like, that way is north. You other two, Jan, Michael, Vincent, you are not sure which way, where anything is, and even when you put your finger to the thing, you're just like, I don't even know which way the wind is going. It's just my finger's just cold. But Zipbit is very sure that of the direction.
There's so much wind, you can't tell.
It's
Zip it. Make circle, give treasure.
The treasure is not in the circle.
you want me to talk to the circle? The circle's not gonna give treasure.
The circle is where we start our
We need to
journey.
find it. We need to find it.
Yes. So, which way
We
is
need to go.
How you know no treasure?
Sheila, go find this
You-
treasure. Go
You
find
look
it.
treasure?
It's by the circle. Mm-hmm.
She
But-
totally
The road
walks
will-
out.
We'll meet you
Yeah,
there.
I'm,
Mm-hmm.
Doom, doom, doom.
I'm heading down to the circle.
you
Okay.
can
Yeah, you head outside of the tent, and that savage wind immediately is just horrendous. You're just there like, as usual. All of your bugbear hair just starts like washes off your face and off your arms and stuff. It's very cold out here. Everything is kind of frozen over. There is moss and lichen and moon trees, but they're frozen. and the ice is pretty slippery as you climb down Pride Rock. So I'm gonna need you to give me an acrobatics check.
What about athletics, Brad?
Strength doesn't help you much when you're slipping all over the place. You gotta be nimble. That is a natural 1. You fall all the way down to the stone circle and land in the center of the stone circle. Can you roll me a d6?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow.
Oh my god.
Bad. Yeah, after I pushed up arrow and it gave me all this stuff, so let me erase that and then I can roll you a d6. Okay.
1.
What?
Like, the thing is, you slide downwards on all of your armor and stuff. And like you only take one right at the end. You tip off of you hit the steps, and one rock hits you in the head, and you take 1
Pretty
bludgeoning
hard.
damage.
Ooh.
So mark off 1 point of HP. And for the other 2, you just see her walk outside, slip on some ice, and then just literally barrel down the Pride Rock. It's icy.
That looked kind of painful.
You should go help her. Good try. Slowly puts the map up in front of him like a newspaper. Just. I will do this there, but I'll meet you down there.
I'm gonna pick up Airwolf
With me.
and I'm gonna go.
Yeah, give me an acrobatics check to walk down the hill.
Okay, because I know it's slippery. No.
You do. I gave you both. This is you knowing it's slippery, which is why it isn't a save.
Hey!
Zippet starts slowly putting the treasure map down just so he can look and see if he's gonna fall too.
Jan Michael Vincent just walks down the hill.
No, can I just stop, like stand at the top of the hill, just lean over a bit, and then slowly slide down?
Just
on,
slide, like
like I'm wearing Heelys.
Heelys down, and yeah, you just make it to the thing, and it's beautiful. It's like a reverse moonwalk, which would be going forward, and you're on the moon.
You're on the moon.
Alright, Sheila.
Yeah.
Treasure?
I think not.
What for? What circle for?
It's where we start our journey, our epic quest.
And I stand and I let the wind billow my cape. I look super fucking heroic.
Yeah.
Sheila's probably slightly impressed. As it is, magic is super rare and these two can do it, so I think it's probably pretty easy for them to impress her.
Yeah, it's like unbelievably impressive, and he kind of like floats over to you and tells you this is where
I
you
fucking
start
yard sail down the hill and then he's like
the epic quest. And yeah, you know that from this standing circle you have to go southwest for 2 miles. Jan, Michael, Vincent, but neither of you know which way north is, so you don't know which way southwest is either.
We must wait for Zippy to crack the code.
Crack.
Yes.
Start waddling outside the tent, just map in hand. Just keep. I'm focusing and just walking down the hill without even like really looking. Okay, so if
Not paying attention.
All right, give me an acrobatics check with disadvantage then.
Acrobatics.
I love this so much.
Advantage. That's a 7.
That's a 7. Yeah, roll me a d6 as you fall down the hill.
God.
It's not quite as like epic fail, but it's pretty bad.
3.
And it hurts you a lot more. You like hit your head on a rock, and then you scratch yourself, and then you're sliding really fast, and you just bang into the steps at the bottom, and you take 3 bludgeoning damage from the epic fail as you just slide down an icy hill as well.
I hate this frozen place.
And then I would like you to roll me a d6.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Why do I need to roll a d6, Brad? That's a 1.
You rolled for this earlier on. And let's see here. That is when you guys hear like a boom, 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 Give me perception checks, please.
I don't want to.
Okay. 3.
18.
20. Jesus Christ, Tuesday, what are you doing?
I don't know.
Sheila's just Sheila right now, okay?
Yeah.
She's having a bad day. This music is awesome. It's
From above you, you hear the sound of like dum dum dum. Sheila, have you still got your skull filled with drink, like water?
Let me think about that for a second. I did say I finished off the drink and I wanted to go see the circle. So I would have hung it back. I hang it on the back of my like belt thingy. So it'd be hanging on the back of my belt thingy.
All right, that means I can't do the Jurassic Park cup with the water effect. You guys, like Zip It, you're on the ground. Sheila, you're like facing the wrong direction and on the ground. But Jan and Zip It, you look up on the side of the hill. Roll me a D100. Let's say PG.
D100. 10?
Oh, this is only 10 foot high.
Could have been 10 times worse.
I mean, that's really high for me.
I mean, it's still pretty tall.
Apparently I can't write on my own map. So this is only 10 foot high in front of you.
Okay.
And oh my god. 10 feet. There you go. And the two of you see this like massive head peer up over the top. And then you see this like big kind of like ditzy looking face. It's bald, but it has like Homer hair like around the side of its ears and around the back of its head. And it's wearing absolutely nothing else at all. In its right hand is a club, and you see a ginormous hill giant appear. And like Attack on Titan style, just looks over your down 10 feet of hill at you and says, "Oh, what you do at my ring?"
Nothing. It's pretty. Slowly getting up without really kind of too much movement.
We came to worship it.
Ugh. I stand up, rubbing my butt.
Go away.
Me no go away, you go away.
Oh, yes, we should go away.
No treasure here. No treasure.
Scratches his head. What treasure?
No treasure here.
Little one. You give me
Circle.
little one.
Empty.
He's pointing at Zipbit. You give me lunch.
No, I don't taste good. He runs.
Zip it.
Zip it's gone. He's
Not
taking up
lunch.
in the other direction.
All right.
Zip it. Do
I look
magic.
at Sheila and follow him, I guess.
Give
Oh
me,
no, that's in order. Never
give
mind.
me initiatives.
With pleasure.
This was one of the things where I rolled earlier on
9.
to see what was on your random encounter table.
How bad was it?
Well, they're all awful.
I'm the
It's a
dummy.
hill giant. How bad you think it is?
I'm the dummy that didn't click on my character.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I guess I need a hill giant character thing. Encounters, by the way, are gonna be super random. So it means that there will be stuff that you encounter that you cannot beat technically. If I was running this campaign, I'm almost always like, I will never really put stuff in front of you that you probably can't kill.
But this
And-
is different.
This whole thing is going to be very different to how things are normally done. The hill giant will roll. He's very slow, but he rolls a 19, which is a natural 20 for him. And you turn around and start running. And that's when the hill giant probably throws a rock at you.
Oh, God.
He wants that snack.
Oh, zip bit. Yeah, zip bit. There's just a, like, you just turn around and then you hear him shout, "No me hungry!" Woof, and he just picks up a gigantic rock and throws it at you. There's a 27 hit.
Yeah. No, that yeah, well, it fucking hits me, Brad.
All right, let's
No,
roll.
in fact, no, it does not. I'm gonna go, no.
A giant, like a boulder, like
Wait,
a.
actually, I would like to use wearing flare.
What does that do?
You impose divine light between yourself and an attacking enemy. When you are attacked by a creature within 30
feet.
Oh, never mind. I'm gonna probably get hit by a boulder and die.
This is literally like the Tien Shin Han thing as well, isn't it? Like the solar
Pretty
flare.
much. It's just a big old flash of light. It's a flashbang.
All right. Well, I guess this rock's gonna hit you. A boulder. It's a boulder, and it's like literally 3 times the size of Zipbit, and it hits you for 22 bludgeoning damage.
I am packed up.
You just see this rock, and it doesn't hit him. It doesn't hit him. It just does the thing where it's like, and that's it. He's under it.
2 feet sticking out of the fucking rock, and that's
2 feet sticking out.
And a candle the other end.
And the giant starts climbing down the mountain. Dum, dum, dum. He's gonna climb down. I guess this is difficult terrain. So he can get to the bottom here. Basically, he's climbing down the mountain towards you guys. What would you like to do next? Jan Michael Vincent.
I will see that Zipbit is now dead. I cast.
I got Acme fucking anvil.
Yeah, you
God
did.
damn it.
On the first turn of combat. The very first
You know
thing
what
that
you got?
happened.
You got pressed.
I will cast a command upon him and say, "Leave."
All right. What does he have to do?
I think it's a whiz save.
To freaking leave.
A whiz saving throw.
Yeah.
All right. A 3.
Oh.
So if you do so, the GM determines how the target behaves. If the target can't follow your command, the spell ends. The spell has no effect. The target is undead. If it doesn't understand language or your command is directly harmful to it. It says, "Where me go?"
The village.
But I will die.
Just outside the village.
Okay. And the hill giant heads towards the village.
Oh my god.
And you win.
Except that we have a squashed canyon.
You get 1,800 XP. Oh God.
That's amazing.
Zipbit is under a rock.
Except for his feet.
Except for my feet,
his
they're
feet
just sticking out.
His feet are fine.
are sticking out from under like a gigantic rock. What do you do?
Can you move the rock?
I remove the rock.
Okay.
All right, give
because
me an
I'm nice.
athletics check.
Okay. That I can do. 14.
A 14. I think you push it like you don't like you lift it up enough so that Jan can like drag him out from underneath the rock, and yeah, Jan, you like whip him out, and he's like, "Ugh." Give me a death saving throw.
Oh shit. Like 10 minutes in.
19.
19, yeah. All right, yeah, you like move the rock enough that he is able to move around, and he's just laying there, and he's like all crumpled up, like all of his bones are broken, his fingers are all broken, his like neck is at a really awkward angle, the candle's kind of squished a little, and
Oh my god.
he's like all his legs are like backwards, but his feet are still front ways, and he's just
Vinny
all
fix.
twisted up.
Vinny fix.
Okay, so I'll kneel down, I'll touch him, I'll cast Cure Wounds upon him and say,
No, Zipbit, you must fulfill your destiny.
heal him for-
I'm hating that voice more and more.
And you heal him for 8. You see like him kind of like all of his bones twist around to stop him from being dead, and they twist into a shape. For the most part, like, I mean, he's not completely healed. He's just like it fixed up enough that he can like move around himself, and
Everything hurts.
Oh, magic. You live. Magic. Magic.
You're right, Zitbit.
Magic.
First thing he does is try to grab the candle and make sure it's okay. I just not closed.
Is the map visible? Did you
uh,
have that out when you were walking?
I was walking with it, so yeah, it would have been shoved into my chest.
yeah,
So-
it's completely pristine.
One of my character's things is that I always pick stuff up and mess with it, so I'm
Map.
and you just see me
Yeah, there would be no,
manhandling
yeah, there would be
manhandling this
no.
map.
I'll help Zipbit get up.
Yeah, you hear like dum 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 in the distance, like he keeps walking away.
1,000.
What happened?
He lived. Magic.
I strike a pose with my watermelon, my cape.
It billows in the wind.
Magic man.
Thank you. Zipit has never been cared for like that. I have to bless you now. I have, and he takes some of his wax like that he's covered in. He takes it and starts chucking it at you. Just
Oh my god.
thank you so much.
I like hide Airwolf out of the way so it's not.
What are you doing?
Blessing you. Praise be you.
Wax your Airwolf knows.
You don't understand. The wax heals. It helps. It keeps you safe.
Didn't keep you very safe, did it?
Give wax. Give wax.
You
Shoot.
want wax? So you have wax too. And just starts chucking wax at you. It's all hard and crunchy too because it's cold and it's
I'm picking up little bits
helps.
and eating them. 'Cause he said it heals you or is good for you, and I'm not smart, so I'm.
Sheila, wax is not food.
Heal.
You can make it food. It's fine. Just
Stop.
Magic.
Airwolf, please.
just a little bit for you, a little bit for you.
Perhaps
Alright.
we should
I need wax.
leave this place.
Wait, where's map? Sheila,
Have you lost the map?
everything.
Huh.
Can I have map?
I hand it back.
Thank you. Looks at it.
Circle no treasure.
No, circle doesn't have treasure, but
No treasure.
I know where to find it. Looks up
Well,
at the sun, kind of determines where north is.
Mm-hmm.
But we need to go. It says southwest for 2 miles. All right, southwest is this way. And just
Huh.
start trudging along. Just
All right.
like he's just. And every single step, it's like a crunch, a crack, everything. So he's not well.
Yeah.
Well,
Don't
Is
have that
Rickety
happen
there?
to you again because I've basically blown my entire load.
Oh no!
The cure wounds.
Pretty much.
He did command as well.
2 spells. I'm level 2, Zot. What do you want from me? I just got us 1,800 XP.
Treasure.
Wait, do I get that XP as well? Because I was not the actually. I wasn't dead.
Yeah, you get it.
Okay.
Okay. So you all heading that way?
Yes, onward with our quest.
All right. So you just start heading southwest, following the valley in the other direction, because I guess southwest is this way. And the valley itself kind of stretches southwest. You know that the town is northeast of here. Do you leave the tent?
That's a good question.
Didn't even think about it.
What time of day? What time of day is it?
It's always daytime.
It's always
Right.
You just sleep when you sleep.
Caring about that.
It's
Wow.
daytime.
Yeah, fair point. I don't know if we were considering this some kind of base camp, but 2 miles
could
is
be our center of
doable. It's easily
operation.
doable. Probably venturing out from it and then planning to come back, I would imagine, right?
We probably set this up and this is like our home because it's a big old tent, right? We probably do this and.
Because it's just outside the city, right? It's
Right.
just outside.
Yeah,
Safari.
I think you're probably like like a mile away.
Yeah, I think it's probably the base of operations. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I don't think that sounds good.
Home base.
Yeah,
All right. So you just leave the tent, and this is just where you live. The big tent at the stone circle thing. And absolutely one day you probably will have to summon the final boss through that stone circle. But we'll get to that one day. I don't know what it does either.
Now significant.
It's now significant because you're coming back. The 3 of you start moving along. I guess we'll do some like travel stuff. Give me survival check and a perception check each. I'm just gonna mix it up.
Survival. 10, 16, and jeez.
Damn.
Sheila
My
got
Vincent strikes
16
again.
and 10.
All right, them crits. Let's see. So Jan, once he starts telling you which way southwest is, it's very easy for you to just keep going that way for some reason. So you keep everybody on course. It also is relatively easy to do because you're still in the valley. But eventually the valley kind of starts to, after about a mile, you notice that the valley kind of starts to widen out and then flatten as it starts to open up to a plain. Well, I say a plain. You see a plain ahead of you, like a very mountainous, tumultuous plain. And even though you're on the moon, there is some other stuff going on because there's been an atmosphere here for God knows how long. So there is trees kinda, but everything is frozen, and it's like a frozen mountainous terrain ahead of you, and it starts to incline downwards a little bit. And you come to an area where you actually have to start moving down sort of a mountainside towards these plains. Who else rolled here? 23 perception. Zipbit, roll me a d20.
Well, that worked out last time real well. So we're gonna. This does 15.
Cool. There's a point where you see these 2 flying creatures. They got gigantic wingspans and like eagle-like features, but they have like a snake's tail that comes out from behind them as they're flying above you. You see them and you point them out to everybody, and the 3 of you can kind of scurry to a rock and hide as they fly above, and you keep out of their vision as they kind of like bank around the bluff as it opens up around the valley, and they head off into just like dead south away from you as you continue onwards. After about 2 miles, you get to the bottom of the this incline downwards. Give me another set of perception checks as you're approaching the bottom of the mountain.
8.
And then everyone give me either nature or intelligence rolls.
Oh dear.
Nature?
Hmm.
Oh god.
I'm just going with nature.
This gonna be good.
Yeah, it's
You may pick.
Whoa.
Wow.
Fucking hell.
So you guys get to the bottom here, and you're looking around, and you've got to find a beach strewn with black seashells. None of you see that, but on top of that, Jan and Zipbit, you have no idea what a beach is. Like when it comes to it, what is that? You've never seen one. Sheila, long ago, when you were just a child bugbear, there was an elderly bugbear who was probably 15 or 16. And she told you of this thing known as a beach, and although the beach was a minor part in the story, it was mentioned when you were told of this thing known as an ocean, this endless expanse of moving water, not like a little cup of water, and not like when you melt the ice of the frozen parts. There is a section of the world here that is an ocean. And the ocean is surrounded by a beach, and it's like sand, and that's what a beach is. So you know what a beach is, but all three of you don't see a beach.
We must find the beach.
You've for sure gone 2 miles, like 100%. Jan and Sheila, you are convinced that you're like, this final step there was dead on 2 miles. If you had one of those little clicker things with the circle that you do, dead on 2 miles for sure.
I look at the floor. What's at my feet?
You've got like, it's just the same kind of mountainous rocky terrain, kind of grey rocks, moon-like rocks covered in snow and ice in places. There are a couple of trees. Behind you is an incline that leads up to the valley, and then there's like a mountain side basically that goes either way, and that seems to go on forever. The actual cliff side, you can climb up another like 10 feet, 20 feet and get on top of it, which is what you're seeing where this is. But the valley itself is still maybe like 40 feet or so above you, and you've come down now, and ahead of you is like a pretty open expanse. It's relatively flat, but it's hilly and mountainous and rocky, and there's like spikes and things. It doesn't look anything like a beach here at all. Not that you know what that is.
Zit-bit. What are the next instructions?
You don't see black seashells either.
It says, go until you find a beach?
A beach. Yes, of course.
With black seashells?
Beach like
No
this.
beach.
I pick up a rock.
This beach.
Not beach.
What?
What's
Not
this
beach.
What is beach?
Beach.
This is not a beach.
Beach.
Maybe
Tiny,
your beach.
tiny rock. Many tiny
I
rock.
pick up a smaller rock.
I don't. What?
Smaller.
Can I find a smaller rock than this pebble I've got?
You can find like a tiny little thing. Not sand, small. Dust.
Smaller.
But how could it be smaller than
Can
this?
we even
Smaller.
see it?
Smaller and many. Can see. This not beach. Not beach.
This is no beach.
No treasure.
We need the beach and black seashells.
This
Treasure.
map is a lie. Oh,
Bad map.
bad map. Beach.
Bad map.
What does
Bad
it say after?
Well, it tells us to go northwest afterwards, but we don't find beach. What is beach?
Told you beach. Many small rock.
I'm convinced that we went the correct amount of distance, right?
Mm-hmm. For sure.
The-
The beach should be right here according to the map.
Does anyone have a shovel?
Seven? No. Well, don't you just dig?
Let me check an explorer's pack real quick. Probably not.
So happy music.
I love it, right? I love this music.
Do you want to make it scary music?
No shovel in my
Um,
goodies.
Sheila, please hold Airwolf. Do not harm the Airwolf.
I hang.
Oh, I'm absolutely fiddling with it.
I get the
It's
shield
noble.
off my back that I never wear because I'm always carrying a watermelon, and I'm
Mhm.
gonna try and like dig with my shield. I've seen people do that. That's a thing, right?
Yeah, you try and dig. Give me an athletics check because this is just rocks.
Athletics. 9.
Yeah, you're just hitting nothing but like frozen rock.
one more time.
Yeah, it just hurts your hands.
Ow.
Oh,
Perhaps the beaches underneath the floor.
it could be burglar.
Can you get a
It's
berry?
not underneath.
Oh, please, thank you.
I take Airwolf back off.
Okay. Any bright ideas, anyone? What are you doing next?
Should we just keep going? Or should we just...
We
just-
walked
it-
the correct distance.
And
Bad map.
Zippet's like looking everywhere, looking for like whatever a beach could be. Like it could be like a town, something shiny, something. Well, black she's looking for anything black. How about that? Looking for anything black would
Black sea.
represent a shell.
Right. Yeah, you. I mean, everyone can give me perception checks again or investigation checks to start looking around a little more.
Probably just gonna investigate. It's a 4. Just looking around, looking for black seashells.
Who else got what? You rolling?
Got
Oh.
a 13.
Sorry.
13, 19. You just start looking around for seashells and stuff. Zipbit just wanders off. Sheila wanders off one way. Jan, you wander off another way. Just start looking around. Sheila, you don't really find anything of interest around here. It's just endless nothingness. Zipbit, probably for a moment you think you found the beach because you produce like a big black rock. You're like, guys, this is seashell, and you take it over to Sheila and she's like, this is not seashell. Jan finds a big hole in the ground
Dun dun dun.
that seems to lead to like a natural cave system.
Finds it with his face.
He walks around like a little corner here and of like, you know, like a bit of rock, and there's just a cave, and it just goes just straight down like a well, but naturally formed.
Airwolf, that seems to be a cave.
I think I still have Airwolf.
No, I took it off you.
You did.
I mean, I ain't leaving you with Airwolf.
That
It's like
melon's
an
so
Ibanez
fucked.
guitar.
I'm sorry.
Child.
Good, because I was starting to contact juggle with.
It's only a matter of time before it's eaten. I'm sorry. Best snack ever.
Not wrong.
Yes, we should tell the others. Sheila, zit, bit.
Treasure?
Yes, I have found something.
What did you find?
Doom,
Dark.
doom,
Boom, I'm stomping over.
Yeah, there's just a hole. It's maybe about like 20 feet across. Circular hole, and it honestly just looks like it goes straight down.
not beach.
Let's
But
hold.
he's below where we were supposed to be, and we were
Not-
exactly.
Not beach.
There might be a beach down there.
Beach
Hold
not
up.
down.
Zip It casts light, and kind of just has it. I guess. How does light work? I think
You
it's
cast it on something.
orb? Oh, okay. Gonna take a small rock.
Oh, oh.
Glowing rock now.
Yep.
Chucks it down into the hole. And watches it.
All right, roll me a d20.
I don't like this random campaign.
It's the best.
3.
And then roll me a d6.
Oh shit.
That's a 6.
And then everyone roll me a perception check.
God, he's laughing, and when the DM is laughing, we cry. 18.
Oh no! The fact that he is so eager to get this in. That's so sad. I made him just died again.
God.
Again.
I want to die again.
All right. Okay, so you wrote persuasion.
Oh.
Zip it.
But I'm persuading the DM to not. How about that? Perception 19.
God, I don't even know how to. Okay. So he throws this light rock down. It's like throwing a fucking eye torch into this cave. And you guys are all looking at this thing go down. You see it only goes down maybe about 15 feet, but you also notice that embedded into the closest side of the hole, the wall, is like a man-made set of kind of steps, like a ladder, like they're frozen over, but like somebody has hammered some wooden struts in, like a ladder that leads downwards. It hits the ground and then starts to the rock kind of rolls downwards a little further into an incline, and you can see that the ground down there is littered in like lots of black stones or shells, but you also hear somebody go, and it kind of echoes, "What was that?"
Did you hear that?
What was that noise? I'll go and have a look. Is that light? What light is that?
Ooh.
Hello?
Who's that?
Moo.
Give me a performance check.
Oh, because you know what my charisma is, don't you, Brad?
Yes. 11.
Oh, we all do it. Hold on.
Yeah.
Performance.
Moo. Ain't nobody heard me.
9.
All right. Let me just do one thing here, because what's down here is fucking insane.
The hippie elves.
It's not insane really, but it is kind of insane.
Not the hippie space airship.
Not the hippie space pirate elves.
It is not. At least it's not. Yeah, do you know what? Roll me a D4.
Come on.
Let's decide what race these people are.
D4. 4.
It's a cow.
It's a cow. Sorry.
Yeah, our performance was so bad, we probably just went, cow noises.
Oh yeah.
Cows.
So okay. They're human at least.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Yep.
So
To be purged.
they do need to be purged. Let me see here. One, there we go. Perfect. No. All right. Game. Roll me a d20, Peachy. You're currently rolling for them, and I will add their bullshit to it.
A 9.
A 9. Wow. You hear from inside the cave somebody go, it's just cows.
Cow noises.
Our noises. Ooh, no.
Yeah.
It's just
It's just cows.
But just leans over and whispers,
But the black stuff on the bottom, is that what we're looking for?
Those do look like seashells.
So I'm gonna lay down on my stomach and try to stealthily peer my head over. Let me make sure I have dark vision. I think I have dark vision. We all do, right? Yeah.
Sheila seems to have fallen
I'm gonna
over.
try to peer down and see who or what I see down there. See if I think it's a beach.
All right, yeah, give me a perception check.
What a fee. 21.
21. You look in there, and what you see is what can only be described as a randomly generated barbarian clan of children.
They're barbarians?
There's just a bunch of tribal people living down here in...
Define a bunch.
You can see 4, but you can see tents and stuff going further back. And you can see a couple of lights in there as well that seem to be lighting the place up.
Oh boy.
And they're
Go
human.
ahead and- Okay. Is that the limit of what I discern? So 4 at least, but I see tents indicating more.
Yeah, they're like knocking around. They're kind of like scratching their heads and looking at this rock, which is all lit up.
Do you see
Okay.
Sheila?
I'm gonna stand up and then walk a few steps away and gesture to join me.
Cow noises.
Sheila, see
They were humans, right?
Yeah.
people rats. Strong people rats. Many.
Animals. Did you see a beach?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
And black rocks.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
But
you for sure
people
see like a
rats.
beach down here. Or, well, kind of what you would imagine to be a beach.
Battle people
Just-
rats.
whips out the map. Just
we need to go 4 miles. No, that way.
points at northwest.
But
Oh,
there are
treasure?
people rats down there.
Should we take care of him?
Treasure?
How many were there, Sheila?
Sheila, see. 1, 3, 2,
3,
5.
4.
Give me an intelligence check.
Oh well, boys.
Eyes like a hawk, but brains like.
You see 9 people. And 9 is what you think 4 is.
Chat called them berserkids.
9.
9.
That's kind of a lot to eat.
This what treasure? This treasure? Beach?
But we need the treasure.
Well, the treasure's not here. It's that way. Over there.
Oh, no treasure?
But
No
the
fight.
treasure that room.
No treasure, no fight. No fight.
He's pointing the way you came, just for the record, because you came south
My God.
west.
We're
Oh no,
going
you're going
northwest.
northwest. Yeah. No,
Sheila
you're
is probably not smart enough to tell that.
right. Yeah, that's probably true.
But it said we must go to the beach.
Well, beach is down there.
Do you think we should fight them on the beaches?
He can't help himself, chat. Don't
He
be mad.
can't. He can't.
Don't be
It's,
angry.
it's just his way.
It is. He can't help it.
I live for that look on
Why-
Zop's face right now.
Why fight no
Whether it's
treasure?
fucking Megan or fucking Palpatine, there's such a dick.
He's gone a bit Winston Churchill now, okay? It's fine.
No treasure, no fight.
But what if we cannot get down to the beach when we go? What if it is underground? Perhaps we
Huh?
could sneak by the...
I see beach.
Underground cave for 4 miles? That's a big cave. I have an idea.
Walks back over to the hole. And just cups his hand.
It's me, the mighty rock. Tell me, does your cave go for a long ways?
Did you say the mighty rock?
Mm-hmm. As in, like, the
Dwayne.
glowing rock is literally talking to them.
Oh.
Dwayne jumps.
Give me another performance check.
I will try my best. Performance. It's the career choice that
Oh
I
my
made.
god. What did you say?
That's amazing.
It is me, the mighty Dwayne Rock Johnson. I'm telling you, if this rock, if this cave is very, very large, does it go for miles?
That's a 20 on your performance check. And I think that it's more than enough. You hear a childlike voice respond and say, "Oh, the rock! It speaks to us! Its name's Dwayne! Oh, bow down before Dwayne the Rock Johnson! Bow down before Dwayne!" And you hear like a few different voices say, like, bow down, bow down. You can hear like footsteps gathering around. Gather around it! It asks us how large the cave is. I don't know how large the cave is. Cave's really large. It goes northwest for about 4 miles. Oh, Lord Rock.
Thank you. Now take me to your leader, so I may greet them.
I am the leader. My name's Clive.
Greetings, Clyde. I will watch over you from here. I may have some friends come down, and they will head in a northwestern direction. Do not follow, do not disturb them.
Okay.
It gets all excited. Big old thumbs up. Just,
No fight?
Most impressive.
No fight, no fight. I think the glowing rock is holy.
Oh, holy.
Stupid
Holy.
humans. Stupid.
Stupid humans.
People rats.
Okay, here come my friends. Do not interact or touch them.
Okay.
gets all excited.
We go down. We go down.
I'm starting to bust out the my rope. I've got.
Isn't there a ladder?
rope. Oh, is there a ladder?
There is a ladder.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Start
Oh,
making
yeah.
our way over the ladder.
All right. So the three of you just climb down and head on in.
Yeah.
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 You guys
Like
head into this like clan's home, and once you get down there, the situation in front of you probably looks a little something like. Hold on, let me give you characters to see. Sheila, Zipbit, Jan. I need to grant myself power to be able to see. 1 second. You see a bunch of children in a cave.
As they do.
I don't know why I can't see my own map. There it is. Gathered around your rock, which they have placed on a shrine. There is a shrine that probably once had something else on it, but now has just the rock.
The religion. Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
The rock is on the shrine. There are a bunch of like kind of haphazardly placed tents on what is essentially like a lake underground, but it's completely frozen over. It's frozen solid. You don't even see moving water underneath. The area around the lake is covered in kind of a thin sheet of ice as well, but you can see underneath it, Sheila, that this is a beach. It's sand. There's shells, little shells and stuff, and probably this once at some point linked to some underground cavern river system, but it is for all intents and purposes a frozen lake under the surface. There's a few campfires around. They don't seem to be affecting the ice too much, and then there is just a bunch of children. They range from 8 to probably 13. There's 10 of them, and they're all kind of just looking at the rock, and then when you guys start coming down, they turn around, and the eldest one, who is 13, and I think I said his name was Clive, but then you said his name is Clyde, so now his name is Clyde. Clyde, he walks over to you all and says, are you the bearer of the rock, Dwayne the Rock Johnson? Yes, we must give them safe passage. And all of the children have like loads of weapons on them. They've got like little daggers in each hand, spears. One of them's got like an AK-47, and like they're all crazy looking. They're like feral. You can see that like around that there's like hanging up in the back of the cave is like 2 goblins, but one of them has been stripped down to almost nothing but bone, and then there's one which is like hanging upside down with its head removed, and they're like draining it of the blood, and they're like crazy looking. They've got like skin, like human skin, leather armor. They've got like filed teeth that's like pointed and stuff, and
Ghosts of Mars down here.
they're like looking at you all as you like walk. Clyde points to the back of the cave and says, if you go that way, there's an exit, but be careful because there's all sorts of things down there that you won't like. Please go safely with the Lord of Light, Dwayne the Rock Johnson, to guide you.
What things?
All hail the rock.
What bad things?
All hail the rock, and they all say, all hail the rock, all hail the rock, all hail the rock. Fucking echoing around this cave.
Just very approvingly, and like his eyes are like wide open, fucking scared as shit. But he's just we point in the direction, and
How long does the light last? The cantrip?
Isn't it until you turn it off?
At 1 hour.
1 hour? Okay.
1 hour.
You got 1 hour. Let's hope you don't come back through here. So are you guys heading? You can move around on the map if you want. And they're like, they're like looking at you as you walk past. Most of them are like enamored with the rock. A couple of them are asking it questions.
Praise the rock.
Why,
Praise it.
Dwayne? Why can we never grow old? Says one child. Another says, I'm really hungry. I want to eat that kobold. And yeah, you guys head out, and there you see an exit from the cave, but into a set of tunnels ahead of you. Roll me a d20.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
Yep, you do it. Last time it did not work out too well for me.
13.
13. Okay. So basically you move into a set of like endless winding tunnels. There doesn't appear to be like much going on down here. The tunnels are quite, they start to close in on you quite a lot. There's a decent amount of ice and stuff on the walls. The caverns themselves are kind of got a sort of a blue-gray glow to them. You all have dark vision, right?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
So you can kind of see as you move around down here. Give me survival checks to attempt to continue to move northwest for 4 miles in a winding, twisting underground cavern system. Is that a fucking 20 from Sheila?
Yes.
Sheila takes you all the way out of the cave system. And
Just, easy. All right.
and yeah, it's like this fucking endless cavern system for like 4 miles. Sheila, you are moving through it. Like probably the other two, you start to freak out a little bit. You're moving through this cave system. There, like it's a left and then a right, and then it splits into a fork, and then it splits into 5, and then it's like, how can you possibly still be going northwest? We're going left. We're going right. This doesn't make any sense. And then Sheila says, look, over there is exit. Walks out. On your left, mossy limestone cliff.
That was amazing.
We did it.
And you see beach. Now no beach.
No beach, but now we have to find the massive limestone cliffs.
But what about those humans?
Fuck them.
I think enough of that.
So they are no concern. They can worship a rock. Stupid humans.
But they are scared easy, but they'll be back. And in greater numbers.
I knew it. Fuck's sake.
Why are you the way you are, Peachy?
I
wanna
can't help it, okay?
Oh, you can. I'm gonna ground you.
Okay.
I picked a voice that's literally 17 characters. Okay, this is happening.
Dead to me. Just done.
Okay. Do you see a massive limestone cliff?
This is what you see.
Look right over.
That was too many words at once for Sheila.
That is gorgeous.
That is
You-
really friggin' pretty.
You come out at yeah, there's kind of like endless open plains. There's you must have passed off to the, if the city is to the northeast of you and you've gone underneath the mountains, you might come out on the other side of it by moving through this underground tunnel system. And you've come out, and behind you there is a huge great set of mountains, but then ahead of you is like kind of like a frozen tundra, and the cliff runs along on your left and carries on northwards.
Zipit, what does the map say about
We need to
this?
find the massive limestone cliffs.
That's it.
Too many words.
Those mossy limestone.
They're right next to you on your left. They seem to run all the way ahead of you north for a good few miles.
I can feel it getting closer.
We go that way, and once we reach the cliffs, we need to go 1 mile north.
Treasure.
1 mile north.
1 mile north once we get to the cliffs.
I wonder what the treasure is.
Treasure.
Treasure.
And as I'm saying that, you notice that I'm actually fiddling with something in my hand, like a little cube puzzle.
Yeah. What does the little cube puzzle look like? Does it look like a Rubik's cube?
Yeah, it looks like a Rubik's cube, although I think it's metal.
Yeah.
It's kind of primitive looking. It doesn't have quite as many colors, and they're just different colors of metal. And these guys have seen this before. This is something that Sheila, without something new to fiddle with, will just fiddle with, and she's trying to solve it, but she's maybe not terribly good at it.
Okay. Yeah, you start messing around with that. Give me an intelligence check to try and solve the Rubik's cube.
4.
Oh god.
You make it so much worse. You probably only had to do like one more turn and it would have done it, but you actually just undo all of your work, and it's terrible. Did you?
But I look pleased.
Yeah. Absolutely. So you guys are going where?
To the cliffs.
You're heading
I think we're
along
gonna-
them?
Yeah, we're heading to the cliffs, and then we're gonna make a beeline, basically north.
For 1 mile. All right, give me survival checks to try and work out which whether you can make it a mile or whether you screw it up.
6.
Oh, by the way, I forgot that I have this. If I fail, I can add
Saving face.
to it. Yeah, it's really cool. Hobgoblins are careful not to show weakness in front of their allies for fear of losing status. If you miss with an attack or fail an ability check or a saving throw, you can gain a bonus to the roll equal to the number of allies you can see within 30 feet of you.
That is ridiculous.
But that's only if I fail. I can get a bonus of 2 because there's 2 people.
Right. Yeah. Well,
That's probably a fail.
I think that's for sure a fail.
So that's an 8 then.
You zip bit. You start moving along the cliff, and using whatever weird reasoning you use, you get to a point where you say, "This is 1 mile," and stop and stamp the ground.
This feels like a mile. This has to be it.
Are you sure?
It's got to be close. It says it's buried at the foot of a cliff. And we're on a cliff. Shovel.
Does anyone have a shovel? Were you not shoveling earlier on?
Yeah.
With my shield,
Oh,
which I don't actually use as a shield because I'm too busy carrying a watermelon
right.
named Airwolf.
Yeah.
Sure.
This is where the treasure is.
This is what it says. 1 mile north, and then it will be at the cliff.
Treasure.
Treasure.
Sheila, would you like to dig or look after Airwolf?
Sheila, dig. Dig.
Take off my
Treasure.
shield, and I give her my shield.
I'm going ham.
Okay. Give me a athletics check.
Athletics. 16.
16. Yeah, you dig down and down and down and down and down and down. And that is when, based on what you rolled earlier on, you hit a piece of the ground at one point, and the shield does that telling thunk of hitting a treasure chest or something that is undiggable. The ground here is kind of sand-like. Once you break through the first few frozen bits, it's kind of sandy, like rocky, very thin rocks and stuff like that. And you start to dig out a hole. And she's digging down and digging down and digging down for a little while. Probably takes 5 or 10 minutes before you make a hole that's pretty big. And then you hit a dong, and then the ground all around you lights up. A column of light reaches up into the day sky, the endless day sky of the moon.
Magic.
Treasure?
Magic. Treasure.
That's big light. It's strong light. It's treasure.
Treasure
Just a bit-
magic.
Can I check this out? What am I looking at here?
Give me an investigation check or an arcana check if you want to work out what the fuck.
Oh, I'm enticed. I wouldn't even give a shit. It's shiny light.
12. If that's a fail, I get 2.
12. Do you say you're not rolling?
Oh, I'm not rolling. He's enticed by the light. He loves light.
Oh, okay. So on a 12 and a 5, Sheila, you have no idea what's going on. Like if there's treasure down here, you don't see it yet. You just see this column of light kind of like appear around you. what's happening, you would guess, Jan, Michael, Vincent, is that she's hit some sort of protective ward. And it's activating.
Sheila, I'm gonna run and heroically with my cape billowing, I'm gonna like try and dive and tackle her out of the hole.
Probably just hit a brick wall.
Yeah, give me contested athletics checks. Or you can choose to avoid him if you want to make a dex saving throw with advantage, barbarian.
Is he trying to help me? I mean, the thing is, would I even notice? Like, I just
don't
think
know.
he would blindside me. Yeah, I don't think I'd be able
Is
to
my
react. It would
athletics-
be contested athletics, right? 11 and 17.
You hit a brick wall.
Like down your like meat body.
Yeah.
Dual wall.
You for sure hit like a brick wall, and that is when
Oh boy.
I will need you to roll me another d6.
Who doing it?
Do it Tuesday.
Okay.
You have the better luck.
Oh boy. 2.
A 2. Yeah, 2 creatures start crawling up out of the hole. Each of them has like a weird slimy body. Their tongues fall out of their mouths and hang down to the middle of their chests. They look identical. They look kind of humanoid. They've got big bulbous eyes, weird sort of almost undead looking zombie type creatures. On each one's back is like a backpack, but kind of like more like a box with ropes attached around it. Like a, oh, I don't know, like a treasure chest. Let me just put you here,
Oh God.
and I'll need another set of initiatives, please.
Look out, it's Jake and Logan Paul.
It's Jake and Logan Paul. For sure.
Actual nightmare.
One,
I instantly go into a rage.
this is Jake Ghoul. And this is Low Ghoul. And they
I've been
crawl up.
in epic campaigns, like serious fucking gritty RPs. This is the greatest thing ever.
The best fucking campaign.
Oh, they look so much like Jake and Logan Paul to us with our modern day eyes, but they're like undead. You know, like zombie Jake and Logan Paul creatures.
I mean, there's treasure and those 2 asshats. I go into a rage.
All right.
Those 2 assets.
Damn. Let's see.
You can go into a rage on a bonus, but on your turn.
Oh, gotcha.
You rolling this? There we go. All right. So Low Ghoul gets 17. Jake Ghoul gets whatever. That way around. So the first person to actually react here is Zipbit. These things come crawling up out of the ground. One of them says, "Buy my merch," and the other one's tongue is like really thick. And give me nature checks, all 3 of you, to see if you know what this is.
Oh God. That's a 20.
4, 20 from Zipbit.
Nice.
And then a 4. Neither of Jan and Sheila, you don't know what the fuck this is. They're horrible looking. Zipbit, you know what these creatures are. They're known as ego monsters, and they're like they cannot die because their ego forces them to cling to life, and they're always coveting like gold and material wealth over everything else, regardless of anything they do. And that's why they have treasure on their backs at all times. In the backpacks on their back, they have something that they refer to in their language as merch, but it's just gold and goods and and like treasure and things like that. But you do know that these things are very dangerous because they're essentially an undead creature. They can paralyze you with disgust. If they're just so abhorrent, they're just so awful that if they even touch you, you may be paralyzed.
Immediately,
A debilitating touch, like the whole world around you is just collapsing in on itself, and you just want to give up, and it makes you feel like that. Zip-Bit, you react first. What would you like to do on your turn?
And literally burning hands, both of them immediately. Just fucking like I purge the shit out of them.
Okay.
Just want them gone.
That is a 15-foot cone. Does that hit Sheila?
I don't think it would. Maybe.
No, I think it does this. All right. Let's see. So what is that? What do they have to do? They have to do a saving throw. What is burning hands? I can't remember.
See real quick. Each must make a dexterity saving throw. A creature takes 3d6 fire damage on a failed save, half damage if they make a successful one.
Okay, 2 coming in. Logan first, because he's the closest one. He makes a natural 20 on that. He probably says something like, "That shit is fire." And you see him like do this like epic leap into the sky as he clutches to his merch. It's like a maverick leap. He's like a rogue. He's a maverick, and he jumps upwards. The other one, what do they have to beat? What's your spellcast save? 13. So they both make it. They jump out of the way. So they take half though, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So half of 7 is rounded up as 4, I think. Is that how it works? Yeah.
Yeah.
And they both take 4 burning damage. So they do get hit. It catches their legs, and they jump up out of the way of the burning hands.
Go hiding behind. I go hiding behind Sheila.
Okay.
It's disgusting.
Yeah. It's awful. It's just so awful to look upon. And that brings us to Logul, who is going to he's going to swipe at you with his claws, and that's a 9, which I assume is a miss. Sheila.
Oh, sorry. I was looking up rage stuff.
Yeah.
A 9 is a miss.
Yeah, you just see like he brings his claws across, and maybe you like parry him with your halberd as his hands come down towards you. You just dung, knock his hand out of the way, and then it's Jan, Michael, or Vincent's turn. You are muted. Oh, okay.
I need a second to
I thought
actually
you
get the
were.
words out.
I thought you were speaking because you do this a lot.
I like to chew my beard.
Yeah, I can't tell whether you're speaking or not.
I'm going to cast the Sacred of Flames at them.
The Sacred Flame. Another couple of dex saves from him. Bam, bam. 19 is a make, so he jumps out of the way, and I assume a 4 is a fail. So I'm just going to do this in order every time. If you do these double things, it'll be Logan, then Jake. So Jake will take... Oh wait, no. Sacred Flame is only going to hit one of them. Which one were you aiming for? I'll re-roll.
I'll go for the one that did a
Actually,
4.
it doesn't matter. I'm just done.
It's the first one.
It's 19.
the first one.
Yeah, the Sacred Flame. What does it look like as it misses?
It looks like milk.
Milk.
Blue milk.
All right. Yeah, you just see. You just see Logul or Jake Gall jump out of the way of just a fucking torrent of milky, viscous fluid that pours out from Jan, Michael, Vincent. But Jake jumps out of the way. What do you do next?
I'm gonna I don't know what to do. Okay, I got 30 movement. Let's see. 15. I can get there. I can get. I'm gonna go all the way around and hide behind the zip.
Okay. Yeah, you go running around.
I'm not gonna hide behind him. I'm gonna stand next to him.
Okay. And that's when Jake Ghoul tries to smack you in the face with his claws.
Okay.
On a 13.
It's a miss.
I assume it's a miss. Yeah, he probably hits you on your armor, which I think is special, right? Because each of you got a special item.
Yes, I have this black.
When we were
Gothic
making the
chain-
characters. Black Gothic chainmail, which is +1 chainmail, and I think it gives him resistance to necrotic damage.
Yes.
They all got a randomized super weapon or magical item, basically, so that they had any chance of survival against the random tables that are going to fuck them at every turn. And yeah, he hits this like chainmail, bing, and your merch is shit.
You must power
The might of this fully.
It looks at you brain dead, like it doesn't even comprehend what you're saying. You aren't speaking to it about it. It can't understand your language. Sheila.
So good. Too real. It's too real. Right. So I tried to look up stuff about rage, but I still don't understand. Does it cost an action?
a bonus.
It costs a bonus action, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna bonus action rage, and then I am going to. I want to go 15 feet away, but he'll swipe at me. I'm not gonna take that risk. So I'm gonna go ahead and there's no debuff for my halberd at close range, right? That was the lance. I'm gonna smack at
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, sorry.
at Logul here with my halberd.
Yeah, because the thing that Sheila's got in terms of attack, because she has a reach weapon and she has long-limbed as a bugbear, she has a reach of 15 feet.
You heard that
A
correctly.
melee reach.
Melee range. of 15 feet.
It's insane.
Legit.
Oh
I will
my
roll the
God.
rage damage when.
Oh dear. Okay.
Back.
Yeah. Give me wait, is it a hit? I think it is, but I can't see anything because I
17.
closed the thing.
Okay.
Yeah, that is a hit. Yeah, give me the damage. Which one are you hitting?
Damage, low ghoul.
Logul.
Damage is 9 plus a rage of 2. That is 11.
11. Yeah, it's a big freaking hit as you smack Logul. You probably just stab him straight through the fucking chest, and it just goes all the way through, and it's like you just leave a massive gash and hole through him because this is ginormous. And yeah, maybe you snap one of the
Oh, the strings
straps,
for that. That's
yeah.
holding his-
and it swings one way, and it causes him to like freak out a little bit as he grabs for his merch. No, merch. And yeah, what else do you do on your turn?
My bonus action. If I'm gonna take the chance and move. I'm gonna do it. Moving east here.
Oh,
'Cause I
damn.
can still hit him from there.
All right. Yeah, they're gonna swipe at you. A 12 and an 8.
They whiff.
Yeah, they just start wildly swinging for you. Logul's clasping onto his backpack. Jake was kind of looking at Jan at the time when he wildly swings for you, and that brings us to Zipbit.
All right. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my hands together, close my eyes,
Amazon Prime, please assist me.
and I'm gonna call upon the Queen's Blade.
You're giving me shit and you drop that?
You can eat my ass. How about that?
Yeah, Amazon Prime was a god in the old days. You are on the moon. So,
These cows.
so you summon the Queen's Blade, which was your magic item that you get, and it was I forget what it does.
It's 1d8 +2 slashing, and I think it also radiant. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
1d8 with slashing, and then 2 radiant damage.
So it's a longsword, 1d8.
How does it appear? Does a drone come along and just drop it in there?
Yeah, actually, it's just one of those. What was it? The Amazon drones. It actually drops a box in
It
front of
drops
you.
a box, yeah, from above you, and it
One second.
lands.
I open it up, and
Inside is the radiant blade.
Perfect. Like, comment, and subscribe this, and then shove it right into to Jake.
All right. Yeah. Give me an attack roll.
There is the attack roll.
A 9 is a miss.
Oh.
Yeah, he like at the mention of like, commenting, and subscribing, he like spins on you, and he's like super lucid for a moment as he remembers his only call in life, the only thing he cares about, the only thing he has passion for, and it allows him to dodge left and avoid the swipe of the blade. Logul moves in. Also concentrating on the like and subscribe, comment and subscribe, their favorite phrase. It's like a summoning. It's like you summoned. If you'd said that without even lifting a shovel or placing a shovel in the ground, they would have come up anyway. And he's going to swing at you with a 21.
That hurts.
Give me a con saving throw. Oh, I've done this again, haven't I? You take 7 slashing damage, and you are not paralyzed. But his slimy, horrible hands do open up a terrible wound in you. Bringing us to Jan Michael Vincent's turn.
Zitbit, run.
And I'm gonna take the dodge action.
Yeah.
And seems as they were so angered or attracted to the phrase, I'm going to repeat the phrase.
Like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out.
Yeah, their eyes snap to you instantly like magic. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm taking the dodge action.
Oh, dodge action. Jake Ghoul is going to swing at you with disadvantage.
I just
Well, you are
remembered
dodging.
something. I have pack tactics.
Yeah, you do.
God damn it.
7 is a miss as he looks at you like, "Oh, it really helps me out." But he misses on his attack. Sheila, it's your turn.
Okay. I think the most damage I can do here is still the halberd, so I'm gonna whack Logul again here, if and I can. It's a 16
A 16 is a hit.
to hit. Damage of 10 plus rage of 2 is 12 damage.
How would you like to kill Logul?
Oh yes! I stuck the halberd through his face the first time.
Yeah.
Or his chest the first time. I want to stick it right clean through his face, like nose, right into the nose. I want the head to go in two.
His head splits in two. You see, just countless energy, magical arcane energy, leave his body. You see this kind of like relatively young man, like a spiritual form, screeching and reaching downwards for his merch. And he's gone as his ego is destroyed finally.
Oh my god.
What? That's the name of the magical energy inside these creatures. What are you guys talking about? Who's next? Zipbit.
Okay. By the way, what is the weather out like right now? Obviously, it's sunny, windy,
Super windy and sunny. That's all there ever is.
And cold.
Cold.
and cold.
Frozen, wind, sun.
Okay. Because ironically enough, I have something called sunlight sensitivity. I get disadvantage on attack rolls and on wisdom perception checks
Yes,
when
you do.
I have to rely on my sight when the target.
You're always blind like a mole.
Yeah.
So you need to go. You need to go to town and buy him some goggles, and that's your next mission. Write that down.
I need the Googles. Fight and just kind of just one like little slash with the Queen's Blade again.
All right, give me that attack roll.
Normal. Yeah, it'll be normal just because it's
A whiff. As you swing wildly, you're kind of all messed up. You still got like a broken spine from the troll, whatever it was, the hill giant.
The fucking hill giant.
And yeah, you got like a devastating like wound. You've been like knifed 3 times, kind of damage, and yeah, it's a weak swing. Logol is dead, so that brings us to Jan Michael Vincent.
Okay, so seeing that Zitbit didn't run like he was supposed to, I'm gonna walk around, not leaving the threat range of this eagle monster. Like that, and I'm gonna cast another Sacred Flame. I think that's the best option here.
All right, I'll give you a dex save. 9 is a fail, so it takes 8 radiant damage. 8 fucking viscous, milky fluid hits him in the face. And yeah, he's got such a long tongue. You see it all kind of like go down his mouth. Just so much of it, and he hates it. And he just keeps drinking down this viscous fluid. There's just so much of it. Keeps pouring out from Jan Michael Vincent. Endless amounts of viscous, milky fluid hitting Jake Ghoul in the face, pouring down its throat. It doesn't like it at all, and it deals 8 shame damage, the most powerful damage there is. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
I think I'm good.
Okay, Jake Ghoul doesn't like you, and he's wildly swinging his claws at you, and 11 is going to be a miss. So you just see him wildly. He hates it. He can't do it. He can't even speak. Can't even speak. Sheila, if you would like, you can fully heal Jake Ghoul if you just say to him during his shameful moment, if you say these words. Think of the views. You will heal him. You will heal him to maximum. If you would like to, on your turn. That's just a special action that you can do on this turn right now. What would you like to do?
No, Sheila, do not touch the bell.
Right. No, Sheila's not gonna say anything except die. I'm gonna move. I don't know. Someone in chat brought up a good point. Given my range, I don't know what their threat range is for me. Like, is that increased?
No.
Or just my range? Is it right? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take me a good old halberd swing there at Jake Ghoul. Oh dear.
Swing and a miss. Yeah, he's kind of like flailing around wildly with all this viscous fluid on him. And in doing so, it's kind of hard to hit him. Zitbit, your turn. What would you like to do?
I should just die. Sacred Flame, and it's actually a flame.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not viscousy, fluidy.
Yeah.
It's actually just a
Give me that.
just a nice good old flame.
And he's got to be.
Your God's Amazon Prime, shouldn't it just be money?
Huh? Maybe it's a box that drops on him.
That will heal him. Money, things, material goods will heal him.
Likes, subscribes, they all heal him.
No,
Yeah.
it's definitely just a flame.
All right, flame. He jumps upwards and does like a triple backflip and lands, avoiding the sacred flame, bringing us to Jan Michael Vincent. In front of you, Jake Ghoul has done a triple backflip, but he's still covered in your viscous fluid.
You okay there, Peachy? What's up? Your viscous fluid is covering this man.
Yeah, what do you want to
Mouth,
do?
too. Mhm.
All right, give me the attack roll. For the
Unsubscribe.
Oops, I did twice by accident. It's the top one.
The dex save comes in on a 14 is a make. Yeah, he pirouettes away from you and does a little dance backwards. And that brings us to Jake Ghoul's turn, and he's going to swipe at you once more.
Okay.
Oh, that is a natural 1. So I'm going to bring up my little natural 1 table that I've got because I love it. Critical fail.
Special Cuba one.
Maybe. Maybe. Roll me a d20, please, Peachy.
Let's roll 1d20.
19. Your attack ricochets back and hits you for max damage, which is 8, 9, 10, which is enough to kill him. That's exactly how much HP he has. So he goes to swing at you, but like slips on the viscous fluid, and like as he's falling backwards, he lands on his own hand, which spikes him through the chest. His chest bursts open, and the ghost of Jake Ghoul, kind of the ego spirit, leaves him screeching wildly as he looks down. In the end, he was his own worst enemy, and he destroyed himself. The bodies land on the ground. The great column of light around you dies down, and the two boxes, the two like treasure chests, roll out away from the two ghoul creatures and land next to their dead bodies. And you have successfully defeated these creatures.
What on earth were those horrific aberrations?
Is it over? Is it done?
Worst thing she'll ever see.
That's terrifying even for me.
They were truly awful, but they're gone now.
Something so truly disgusting, it even disgusts Palpatine himself.
Yeah.
I misunderstood what chat was asking. What they were actually asking if someone moves and they are 15 feet away from me, does it activate my?
That's your threat range. Your threat range will reach.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. That was what we read last night, I think.
Okay, cool.
I think.
I missed an opportunity to attack.
I'll double check later on.
But I will pay attention.
We'll work it out for next time. So there are two chests on the ground filled with Jake Ghoul and Low Ghoul's stuff.
Yeah, I'm going for the treasure.
Yeah.
Zip just lights a quick little candle and just kind of lets the wax like kind of fall over him.
Yeah, there's like a
yes, cure wounds.
Oh, nice. Yeah, okay. There's like a strange symbol on each of these things. It's like a eagle, I think, is what it looks like, in a kind of V shape. I think that's how it looks. And that is roll me 2d9s. I guess let's go with Sheila and Jan. Roll me a d9 each.
Both got 9? No, 9
6 and a 9.
Damn. And then roll me a d100 each. This is going to be unbelievably good.
78.
All right, 78. It's going to be game breaking, isn't it? Yep. Let's find out what that does. The armor of invulnerability.
What? I need this.
You can't wear armor, it'll fuck with your shit.
I have to.
The armor of invulnerability is in Low Ghoul's backpack.
If anyone needs invulnerability or is a certain member of this party,
Crushed by a rock, get attacked by a sellout. It's pretty bad.
It says you have resistance to non-magical damage while you wear this armor. Additionally, you can use an action to make yourself immune to non-magical damage for 10 minutes or until you are no longer wearing the armor. Once this special action is used, it can't be used again until the next dawn. You can never die. That's what you are now. Whoever wears that, you can never die. We'll work it. It's plate armor as well. It's ridiculous.
Like everything else in this, we gotta roll for it.
plate armor though.
The only downside to it is it says on it Maverick merch.
Oh.
Burn it. Just burn it.
Just destroy it. And I'll add that to your thing in a sec. think maybe I can copy it. I don't know, because it's a weird thing.
Armor of invulnerability.
Let me
That's amazing.
Let me just throw the words in and we can deal with it later on and make it pretty. Alright. And then the second one was a 6.
3.
A 6, and then what did you roll? A 23.
23, yeah.
23 is the Amulet of Proof Against Detection and Location. I don't know what that does. Let's find out together. While wearing this amulet, you are hidden from divination magic. You can't be targeted by such magic or perceived through magical scrying sensors. That's the second one. Nowhere near as epic. And who has got that?
Jan Michael Vincent.
That was in mine, wasn't it?
Yeah, you opened it just because he was curing, basically, was how I did that. He was standing there curing himself. So who wants the cursed armor? Sorry, did I say cursed armor? I mean, the armor of invulnerability. Sorry, did you want to put it on?
Huh?
Do you want to put on the armor
Don't
of
forget about
invulnerability?
plate with heavy armor proficiency. So whoever wears it needs proficiency, otherwise I can't remember what happens.
Oh yeah, is it plate?
It's plate armor, yeah. We can deal with all that stuff in a minute.
Yeah, let's do it later.
We'll do it later on. I'm just wondering if, like, whether you're going to put it on.
Probably.
Yeah? You die. You do not wear Maverick merch in my... I'm kidding. Go subscribe to Jake and Logan Paul. Their grind is
logo
unmatched. No,
Like, can I
it's
scratch
invulnerability armor. You can't damage it. You can't do anything. It's perfect. It was the culmination of Logal's life to make the perfect piece of merch. And he did. And he did it.
Yeah,
True
that's
craftsman.
amazing.
A true
So you put
craftsman.
it on, you can't die, but you die inside.
Yeah. Die inside.
Bam.
Yeah.
All right, are you guys heading back to your tent?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say that's a good day's work.
We should probably not go through the cave.
No, if we went to
Why are you pointing?
I
And I
look.
figure out like where the tent would be if I do kind of just reverse, I guess like reverse map following. It would be southwest, then we went northwest, then we went north.
That's correct, yeah. And following Zipbit, you all start to head off towards the tent where you started the day. Go and get yourself a nice night's rest and hope that there's not a hill giant knocking about. We see Sheila kind of like fumbling with the Maverick merch invulnerability armor, putting it on. Zipbit is like got a crook in his back still
cracking
It will
every step.
never-
He's all jolly though. Just
It will never stop. You see the form of Jan Michael Vincent stroking his watermelon and probably just like endlessly removing viscous fluid from bits of him where it comes and find a bit on his fingers and stuff like that. And
Fiddling with that cube along the walk.
yeah, all right. Give me a int check. We should probably just do one a session, but I'll let you do
Yeah.
a 7. Yeah, you fiddle with the cube here, and you're just making it worse. You're making it worse for yourself. But we, as viewers, we see inside the cube, and there is the camera zooms inside the Rubik's cube, and in there a set of eyes open up, and there's a voice from inside that says,
"Soon I will be free. Soon darkness will rule the moon."
and that's where we end today's session. Because that Rubik's Cube contains a demon or something, I think.
Or a Pozu or something.
Somehow, either way.
Demon Pozu. the final boss of the campaign. Actually, I like
Rising out of the standings.
As soon as I saw it, she got a random. What is it? Tell me what it is again.
Yeah, I have a Rubik's gate. A Rubik's cube that when solved makes you feel clever. It may also open a gateway to hell, but you solve the puzzle, so whatever.
Yeah, and 100% it's like that fucking lamp from Final Fantasy VIII that you just get and can activate whenever in the campaign, and then you have to fight Diablo, but then you gain Diablo. So I'll just leave that there, and that's for sure how that Rubik's Cube works. That is the end of Season 1, Episode 1 of Tablestory ZigZags.
Next episode is season 2.
Completely
Yeah.
randomized campaign, and it's weird how it kind of makes sense. My brain can't get around the fact that everything is a child, and you're on the moon. And I'm really looking forward to when you roll for elves, because I want to see them. And I'm also really looking forward to when you solve the Rubik's Cube. I was rolling for like everything. So every time you went into like the next section or the next thing, I would like roll on this thing. Some of the shit on here is insane. And like, we're
on the moon. The moon.
Yeah, like it's like the encounters and stuff. You didn't get any of the like random encounters. You got so many monsters. But one of them was a thing that you rolled before that was... Barbarian Horde or something. Barbarian Clan. And I'm like, oh god, there's just a whole clan of people down there and they have to be kids and stuff. It's quite taxing on my brain. But I don't have to prepare anything. And that's why we'll see you next week. And every time that Ragtags isn't on, this will be on. Unless me and Jay are down. And that's why we're calling it The Cure. For the curse, because now there's double chance for there to be a show on, which means in theory there'll be like two episodes of each show a year. The next episode is next week. It will definitely be this ZigZags, and then after that, in theory, Ragtags will be back and we'll carry on playing as the main crew. If you're just watching this randomly, I don't know how we're going to put this on the YouTube as its own thing or not. I don't know. I'll work it out in a minute. I haven't really thought that far ahead yet. Is it just its own campaign where it just gets added to randomly forever? I don't know. Only you know in the future. But for us here in the present,
it will be.
If we get enough Patreons, it ambiguous comment. So everyone go and send J Brotato a little cuddle. I don't know how you do that, but use Twitter to send him some form of a cuddle, because he's like moving house and stuff. And we'll be back next week as us crew. We'll carry on playing with these characters, and I'll keep randomizing everything around them to see what happens. I think it's gonna be really hard to kill you guys, because you talked a thing down, a hill giant. You walked past a group of children who were ready to literally eat you, because that's what I wanted them to do. I was like, I'm gonna literally have one of these characters. I really wanted to like have something eat you, one of you. Like hill giant was immediately like, I'm gonna eat you, and then I was like, this barbarian clan definitely want to eat them. And then a couple of zombie things came out of the ground. I'm like, that's gonna eat them, and nothing will. And now one of you is invulnerable to damage, which is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Like, I cannot. As soon as you rolled, because the treasure thing I did, I was just like, oh, I'll just roll on the table, and then the higher it is, the higher up the magic tables are. So you went to magic table I in the dungeon thing, which is the one with all the legendary stuff. It's got like Holy Avenger on there and stuff like that, and like plate +3 armors and shit like that. There's a ring of 3 wishes on there. And I was like, this is gonna be as soon as I saw that 9 wish? I guess so. I don't know what it does. Yeah. I never use these things because it's so broken.
By the way, Brad, one of the items that was given was a Rock of Returning. Dwayne The Rock Johnson is staying with us forever.
Oh my god, that's the Rock, isn't it? Yeah. It just comes back to you. There's going to be an angry horde after you, though, trying to find their god.
As soon as the
when that light goes out.
When that light goes out.
Be back in our tent.
Oh yeah, you're not done with them kids. They're coming after you. They're like they're like cannibal versions of the kids from Pan, from Hook. Yeah. Probably should have named that Clyde Rufio. His name's Clyde Rufio. That's his name now. Mr. Clyde Rufio. Mr. Clyde Peachy Pixel 8 Rufio. And that's canon. Because as soon as we say it, that's the rule. It's canon.
That's how it works.
On the Rock of Returning, there's just like an etched image of The Rock. Dwayne The Rock Johnson. All right, let's do a little round of shout outs and we'll return next week for more of this bullshit. Let's start with Tuesday Gray.
Hi guys, I'm Tuesday Gray / Tuesday Gray everywhere that you can find me on the internet. And what I would like you to do right now is go join the Discord because there's now a ZigZags channel in the Discord.
That's gonna be so
going to be a good time had by all. So go check that out and hit up the Patreon because who knows, maybe there will be goals for this at some point.
Goals
for this.
Get that merch. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment on the YouTube.
Because it really helps us out.
It really helps us out. Mr. Zotbot, where can people find you?
You know, that twitch.tv/Zapbot. Pretty much everywhere, except for a few places. But you don't need to worry about that. Yeah, I actually really want to see more of the Discord because that's the only thing I want to see. But yeah, make sure you guys follow the channel, subscribe, all that fun stuff. This weekend, I don't know what the hell I'm doing this weekend. Something. We're doing games. Games are fun. But
video games on Twitch with Zotbot. There you go. Mr. Peachy Pixel 8.
Hey guys, that's fun. It's a literal meme campaign. It's all I've ever wanted. I just say random shit and Brad goes, "Yes, that's exactly what it is, Peachy," and I'm in heaven.
Yeah, I don't know where this is going to go in the future, but it's going to become absurd. The longer it goes on, the more absurd it will be.
Follow this channel, subscribe to this channel, do the Patreon, do the things, hit the bell icon, do all the things, and then follow me on twitch.tv/PeachyPixel8, where I do actually have merch.
Oh,
he does.
I'll be live tomorrow, 5 p.m. GMT. Oh, also, I'm going to be on a roleplay campaign on the 29th. So, yeah, follow me and you'll know all about it.
Okay, I'll do that. Yeah, if you want to watch more stuff, subscribe to this channel on YouTube.
Showing the Rock Johnson fan art.
Like
so many zigzag things already.
That is mental. The Discord is already going insane. I'm trying to end the stream so I can go and look at it. You can follow the channel, subscribe to the channel, and watch all of our other shows. We have main campaigns and things, and obviously this is just a filler campaign for when Ragtags isn't on, which is the campaign that all of us play in together on a Thursday, usually with Brotato as our GM. So we'll see you usually for that. I run a show on Tuesdays called Darkfire, which is a serious D&D campaign, which has honestly gone a little bit batshit recently as well, but spoilers. And that's it. Watch all the other shows. We'll see you tomorrow for Halcyon Unbound, which has got guest star Dwayne The Rock Johnson in it. Bye, everybody. We'll see you on the moon next week for the most random, literally the most random campaign I've ever done. Also, was this the first time I GM'd for you, Zot?
I think it is actually. Yeah, this is the first time you
This
DM'd.
is it?
Yeah.
This is what you got?
this is my introduction.
I'm so sorry.
Photos, fucking campaign. It's all random. We're on the moon and dealing with
the ways
dying.
that could have gone as well with all the random rolls and stuff. Like, there's so much stuff in there. It could have gone anywhere. Completely random.
Needs to be re-rolled. We'll just go
for sure.
Dimension in every season.
For sure. When that Rubik's Cube opens. All right, we'll see you guys next week for season 1, episode 2. But we will do multiple seasons of it. Bye.
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 Bye.